always the same as well.
Hey, everyone, welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Can I interrupt Burnie when he talks
Gus,
at the very top?
Joel's going to interrupt me the entire fucking time.
Burnie, you don't even know people's names.
Let's mute channel 4.
Yeah, please do. Please mute his channel.
The problem is now we don't wear the headsets anymore, so people don't know when they're muted.
This is going to bug the shit out of me. What is hanging out of your left ear? That is going to kill me.
Our headset was fucked up and not working right, so
Why
I'm
did
having to
you
wear
put
a
that
pair of iPhones.
through your shirt?
I should do that. That's right. That's a good point. That people don't see it.
That's way better.
Right.
You look like a cyborg.
I'm going to do something. I'm going to introduce everyone.
Oh, good.
That's Gus. That's Burnie. That's Joel. That's Gavin.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. So after 214 podcasts, you think we still warrant the introductions?
Why not?
Yeah, I still do them every now and then too. Yeah, I like it.
Hey, I hate to even bring it up just because
God.
I know I hate to bring it up just because it's something that people will then bug you about. But I keep hearing rumblings about the theme songs that we used to do that were user submitted about like them coming back in some way.
Yeah, do you not do that anymore?
Oh, yeah, we do them in the credits at the end of the show.
Oh, you do them in the credits.
But what we're working on is we're kind of busy at the
watches?
moment. Let me fucking explain it. You wonder why you were gone from the podcast for 4 months? You're about to be gone for another 4.
I could leave right now. I'm cool. It's fine. It's all right. This is not.
We're working on
not key for me.
filming a new intro, kind of Saturday Night Live style, with people. So we'll have the people that are on the show with the theme songs playing at the front of the podcast. We're hoping to shoot that here pretty soon, but we have other projects that are in the pipeline ahead of it.
Man, we have a ton of stuff that is going on. It's I was saying last week that I was in Atlanta, but it wasn't in Atlanta. It was the week before that when I was in Boston for PAX.
Yeah.
Segue to current events. You want to talk about that for a second? About what's going on in Boston? We don't normally cover current events.
I don't know. It's not about Gavin's dick. Is it something we would talk about?
Yeah. It's so. What are the facts that we know about the Boston thing?
I don't know. I've been here for a couple hours. I know there was an explosion.
There was 2 explosions. It was at the finish line of the Boston Marathon today. Yeah. So far, I think the count is 2 people are dead and 111 people are injured. And Gavin and I were talking about a big terror event that was in the UK. July 7th, when? How long ago now?
I don't know. 5 or maybe 7 years ago or something.
Wasn't it 2007? Wasn't it 777?
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was
But
the
I
case.
think it was a couple of buses and an underground train.
Was that the same day there was also the attacks in Spain? Was that coordinated, or were those a separate incident?
And what do you even know what it was? See, this is...
It was just suicide bombers going mental.
People
just blew themselves up.
Yeah, and this is one of those things where I don't know about you, Gus. I am reluctant to talk about it.
No.
Simply because these are people who took a bomb and put it in a crowd of people. Mm-hmm. They didn't sabotage a factory. They didn't throw tea over the side of a cargo ship. They are not trying to, anything they're doing, any cause that they have or whatever is completely invalidated by these actions.
Right.
It's something that I don't want to see their faces. I don't want to know their names. I don't even want to know why this happened. It's just one of those things where I would hope that we can heal, help the people that are injured, help the people whose lives were destroyed by this event, and then move on from it. And not spend any time and not dwell on it at all.
There's always the second thing is always sickening as well. It's always sickening behavior straight after. Like with the bombings in London, there were a bunch of people who waited at the train station where a lot of the people died, waited until the next day, and they saw all the cars that were unclaimed that day. Basically, all the people who had died didn't come back to their car, and they broke into all the cars. It's like,
really?
People think that way. It's like, well, I'm going to make the most of this.
I never would have thought of that.
That's pretty a sad statement.
It's pretty sad, right? Like, humans suck sometimes.
Yeah.
That's really weird too, because there's no advantage to do that. Like if I left my car in a parking lot, the fact that I'm dead or alive doesn't mean I'm going to get caught.
If you go to the long-term parking lot at an airport, chances are those people aren't here.
Right, exactly. It's just literally like a scavenger mentality, and there's almost no advantage to doing it.
Yeah, it's basically like there's stuff now up for grabs that is now no longer owned.
Yeah, it's the same thing with looting. It's like if there's knee-deep water, you can steal TVs. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't make any sense at all. And why would you even think about that at that point in time, that you want to get a TV? The last thing if I'm dealing with a flood or anything like that is trying to figure out how
with any kind of disaster.
Yeah.
I feel like if my reaction that was just get away from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm also I wonder if I have been kind of my pendulum has basically swung back the other way, my emotional pendulum of since 9/11, of everything that we've done since 9/11 over the last decade, of just, in my opinion, overreacting to an event, and just made
in terms of like safety and stuff.
In terms of safety and everything, and just of everything we've done since then, and is like, are we going to change our ability to operate in public? One of the things we always talk about, Gavin, is that in the early 90s or late 80s, there was a series of bombings by the NRA in is it NRA? Am I saying it right?
IRA.
IRA. Thank you.
NRA,
Not the NRA. The IRA.
And that went on
Northern
for
Ireland.
20, 30 years. That went on for a long time.
And as a result of that, there's no trash cans.
Yeah,
in
when I went to the
London.
UK with Jason, several years ago, he didn't believe me. He was trying to throw something away at Waterloo Station. He's like, "Why can't I find a fucking trash can?" I said, "Well, it's because of the Obama attacks by IRA."
Yeah.
He did not believe that was the reason.
Yeah, it's
that
like
back-
a weird political thing to me, even because if somebody wants to bomb someone, whether or not there's garbage cans laid out or not laid out, I don't think it's going to stop anyone. So, like
Giant spider.
so there's like a 10,000 gnats flying around right now,
It's
and
because
you're
of his. You
responsible
know where that is, right?
for you did that.
It's the insulation.
Oh man.
They left the door open. when they
Wait,
were
Joel has to
insulating.
cover up his can because of the
Yeah,
flies.
yeah. Thank God my cat's not here. My cat would probably actually eat these fucking bugs.
It'd be
Your
good.
cat would not eat the bugs.
It would be a good
My cat would
thing.
totally eat
No,
the
he would
bugs.
hunt them down.
No.
That
He would hunt
fucking
them down.
cat, can I tell you? That cat is now an outdoor cat, Joe the cat. And he has lost 4 collars. What the hell is this cat
He's
doing?
always
Do you
hated
buy those-
collars.
Do you buy like the safety kind that have?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the breakaway
He would
ones.
take them off in the old office.
I think I'm just going to buy him
You
like
would
a
take 'em
rope
off.
and just tie it. It's
Do you remember when
like
he
double
hung-
knot it.
He hung one up on the arcade machine. Joel.
Get one of those harnesses that go around like the whole midsection.
I have one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to teach Joe how to walk.
There's
on
a
harness.
lion. Yeah, there's like a lion suit you can buy.
You're trying to teach
Great.
your cat how to walk.
I would love it. I would love it. Like go on a walk with me, Gavin. Not actually teach it to walk.
Well, what do you
He's
have to teach
fine.
it? Just
He's not in
drag it.
rehab.
Take it on
He's
drag.
fine.
You,
Pull it off.
you obviously don't understand how a cat on a leash works.
Oh yeah, I
It's
don't.
like all claws and teeth.
Yeah.
yeah, but
It's like trying to walk the Tasmanian devil.
He was pretty cool last night. Did we?
get sucked in.
Yeah, you're
Whoa. It's like when two
it's like-
people fight in the sim.
yeah, it's exactly what it's like. It's just a cloud of dust and
Yeah.
sharpness.
We do a Game of Thrones night at my house every night now, or every Sunday, I should say. And Joe was wandering around through there, and everyone was pretty happy to see Joe because we do it.
I miss Joe.
Yeah, not many
was-
people know this. Joe the cat actually lived with Joel for a while.
He did, yeah.
It must have been confusing when someone would call and be like, "Can I talk to Joe?" You'd be like,
Yeah, I
"Who,
don't- I don't
Joel
know.
or Joe?"
Well, it was good for sales calls.
Yeah.
It was just meow, meow. Yeah. No, yeah, he.
Until that one time the Meow Mix guy called.
And then it
It's
just
fucking
that was
catered.
that. Yeah. Then somehow I got $10,000 charged to my credit card. I don't know what happened with that. Yeah, he was pretty good mostly.
He lived with a
He
dog.
He climbed a lot. Yeah, Joe moved in at the same time a dog moved in.
Can I tell you
I
something
decided to get a
that
dog and
upsets me?
cat roommate. It was like a sitcom.
This upsets me. I don't like when people call him Joe because that's not his name. His name is Joe the cat. Like that is specifically his name, and it's like every now and then I'll slip up and call him Joe because everyone else.
His name
calls
is actually Joe the cat.
His name is Joe the cat, and I call him. I have never called him anything but Joe the cat. I don't call him Joe.
That can't
Yeah.
be true. That must
What?
be a recent thing.
No, his name's Joe the cat.
Really?
What do you think? What do you mean that can't be true? You like that's not what's on his birth certificate?
Is that-
You
is
can
that what it
change
says-
your
is that what it
cat's
says on
name
his
at
badge?
will.
Yeah, on his.
It says Joe the cat.
I know because I printed 5 of the goddamn things now, and they always get lost. But yeah, his name is Joe the cat. His little tag says Joe the cat, meow, and then my phone number. And that's it. So if somebody reads it, they say this is Joe the cat. But his
So-
name is Joe the cat.
I mean, that makes sense. It seems like you have to get like an iguana or something and be like, and name it Joe and be like, this is Joe the iguana.
Joe the lizard.
Joe the.
Is meow the cat translation for Joe the cat?
Yeah, he's like so other cats see him and they know he's cool. They're like,
Yes.
oh, yeah.
Joe the cat. Yeah.
I got it.
So, you get upset when I cut you off.
Yeah.
That's like an emotional thing. That's like an emotional thing with you.
Yeah. Upset
Like
is
you
emotion.
you don't like.
I'm gonna
like
tell you,
getting
it's not
cut
just
off.
Gus that gets upset about that.
It's a human thing. When communicating with humans,
You
it's
don't.
like being
You don't
interrupted.
mind.
I don't care.
Fucking
Yeah,
did
he
it
goes
again.
with it.
As I'm explaining, you literally interrupted me and cut me off.
I'm really
You
bad.
like quit listening and then change to talk to someone else.
I really am bad about it. I am bad about it because I don't care. about anything.
We did a Reddit AMA.
I
This is
don't
why I
care.
like Joel a lot.
It's just like, hey,
Yeah.
what color is that shirt that you bought? It's right, I don't care. I'm already on to the next thing. I don't
It's
really
just like
care.
social interaction. It's a contract that you have to pretend like you're interested in people.
Do you think that gets?
I am really bad with like people who like.
Do you think
when
when
you
you're
get older?
when you're like 60, it'll be even worse? Than
Oh,
that?
no question.
Yeah. it'd be
No
funny.
question.
I want to know you in 20 years from now.
Joel,
It'll just be one long monologue that just doesn't stop.
People
It's
will
like,
dip in and out of it.
It's like it's
no
like
way Joel's making it 60.
no, there's
That's
no
not
way.
gonna happen.
You're
There's
in
no
the
way.
gym all the time, right? You're healthy as hell.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
you cancel out with booze.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I canceled out with the booze.
No,
it's
he cancels that with fucking stress. He's the most stressed person on the planet.
It's true. It's true.
Another thing too is you probably have to talk about this, and sorry in advance, Gus, for opening this Pandora's box.
Uh-oh.
But the price of gold plummeted in the last.
The price of gold in the last 2 days has just crashed.
Did you see him change tracks? He was like, it's going in, and boom, the gold just pulled right in.
Do you think
Just
there's like
crash.
dudes in his brain changing the tracks on the
Gus
store? It's
came
like,
into my office earlier today.
I came in with a simple question.
And
it
he-
was,
and we had
this
a
fund says this.
conversation.
Which fund is it? The A, C, or R?
In the back of my mind, I'm like, the reason why Gus is coming in to my office to ask me this question is because he wants to get it out of my system now before we do the podcast. And so it's like, I'm just going to get it all out of my system right now. And so it was like 45 minutes just like, rah, 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 rah.
But the thing is, so we had a very boring conversation, but we had to
It was
reallocate.
not, it was like fireworks.
Not you. The conversation. So we had a 401k like meeting today at the office. We're like moving to a new provider. That's the boring conversation. This is the third time we've had to do it.
That's exciting too.
This is the third time we've had to do it. And each of the other 2 times, after we go through the presentation, I always go and talk to you for some reason, and you talk at me for 45 minutes, and afterwards I'm like, I know exactly what I'm doing.
It's mostly worked out. I mean, gold has crashed in 2 days.
Define crashed. What's happened in the past 2 days?
You know what has happened? Gold has gone all the way back down to when I originally talked about it. In the first podcast that we talked about it, the price is now
so
back
the net
down.
is zero growth.
It's like zero growth at
What
this
percentage
point.
drop is that? Like,
It's a little over 20%. I think it's somewhere. I mean, it's dropping right now as we talk about it.
People
in
who have
Japan.
invested in other things, by the way, I just want to point out, like stock and currencies, have made money. And now people who invested in gold are now back at zero from 2 years ago.
Yeah, the thing is, though, is that the fundamental. If we're going to talk about this, I'll just get a couple things out. The fundamental
just a
story
couple. We'll be back in an hour, folks.
behind gold is it's better now. The fundamental story behind gold is better now than what it was 2 years ago.
But it's still dropping.
It's still dropping. Short term.
Is it going to continue to drop?
In the short term, it's going to continue to drop. But if you want to invest in something for 3 to 5 years or longer,
Can you invest in negative gold?
Yes.
Here,
DZZ.
Gus,
DZZ is the evil brother
There
of
you go.
DGP.
I said it as a joke because of double gold, but apparently you can invest in negative gold. What,
It's a multiple of 2.
what the fuck is that?
Can you do double negative gold?
Can you do?
Double
Yeah,
negative?
that's just gold.
Oh, it is?
No. GLD is just gold. DGP is double gold.
But double
DZZ is double negative gold.
Is there
That's
just
a real thing as well.
Is there just a negative gold?
I'm sure
no,
there is.
Gus, that would be stupid.
I'm sure there is, but I don't follow it because it's like if you're going to get short gold, you might as well get short gold.
You may as well double down.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's like you're playing blackjack. You got the 11 on the table.
Yeah.
Here's what I always said in the discussions we got in about gold. I always said that they said, well, gold's a real thing, and I always said it's not. It's not.
Well,
It is
here's-
still a rock or a mineral
but
that we
here's
assign
the
a
point.
value
when,
to
when
it.
we say it's, when people say it's a real thing,
Right.
the supply of gold can only grow marginally.
I know what you're saying. You're saying real
can't
in the
be-
terms like real estate. It's like
Yes,
it's a real asset.
there's a basically it grows a little bit, but there's a fixed number of it. You know, the supply is basically intact.
Which leads me to the point I was going to make, which was right before this podcast. We had a discussion about, you were talking about the supplies, where people like, as JP Morgan, I think you said specifically.
JP Morgan, yeah.
I hope I'm not breaking any confidentiality you have with them. Where he said that they sell gold, but then if everyone comes and wants their gold all at once, then they just don't have it. So then it's like a run on the bank. And I was like, Wait. That's exactly the opposite of what gold is supposed to be.
Sure.
So they can
Absolutely.
Sell, they can sell more than they have?
Absolutely.
How is
It's
that?
called naked shorting.
So then it's not a real
J.P.
physical
Morgan
thing.
is
So it's
that's
just
well, that the
exactly
paper.
right.
That's right. There's the paper gold market.
So it's no different to cash.
Paper
gold.
Paper gold.
I picture like a billionaire with a monocle writing a letter. He's like, "Where's my paper gold?"
Paper gold.
With
Paper
his
gold.
gold pen and his gold ink.
It's paper gold.
Yeah,
using
I
a
remember the big
gold stamp.
I remember the huge California paper rush of 1849 was a huge one when the paper mines
No,
were
but
going
that's.
nuts.
It's funny, but it's a real term. I mean, this is.
There was a thread on Reddit today which was what are the most basic mind fucks that you know, which are just simple facts that just blow you away. And we talk about these from time to time, little things like this. Like I was always mesmerized by that weird mathematical trend of like you're all boys in your family. So your mom broke a chain of women that goes literally all the way back to the beginning of time. One fact I heard, it wasn't in this, but it reminded me of it with the discussion of gold is all the gold that has been ever mined in the history of the world can fit in a swimming pool.
Yeah,
I've
it's
heard
like
that. It's an
I've heard
Olympic-sized swimming pool, right?
An
Whatever.
Olympic-sized swimming
Yeah.
pool. I've heard two things. Basically like the Statue of Liberty and an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
how much
which
is-
leads you to the conclusion that the volume of an Olympic-sized swimming pool somehow equals the mass of the Statue of Liberty.
Does
Could
seem
I-
like
I
it's
always
wrong,
thought
right?
Statue of Liberty was bigger.
Could I make a Tower of Pimps in real life?
The Tower of Pimp's value is falling.
The Tower of Pimps
As-
value will be enormous. What is the scale
Someone
of the Tower
calculated
of
it
We
once.
did.
and
I
it was-
think someone said it was $38 billion because it's 4 1 by 1 by 1 meters. It's a meter cube 4 times, right?
So it's a 4 by 1 by 1 rectangular prism.
Yeah.
Do you know,
Solid gold.
at one point, I thought it would be a funny investment strategy. I'm pretty conservative when it comes to investment. Like I invest in real estate. If you look at the way Rooster Teeth was formed and organized as a business structure, like we have no debt, we own the buildings that we're in, that kind of thing. So I tend to be actually pretty conservative. So I actually thought about getting gold, but actually physically getting it. And then I just didn't know what the price of gold was. I thought I'm going to get a gold bar and then just keep it on my
Also,
desk.
it's funny.
I was going to keep it on my desk like a paperweight because no one would ever believe it's an actual gold
Yeah.
bar. Do you know how much those fucking gold bars
So how
are
big are we
worth?
talking? Like
a brick.
A brick
Like the
of
ones you
gold.
see in the movies where they're taking them out
Like
of
the evil villains, like ah ha ha.
I guess several $1 million for a bar of gold.
At the time that I looked at it, that was 10 years ago. It was $180,000 for a brick of gold, and now it would probably be double or triple that.
If you have a 1 ounce coin, if you have a gold 1 ounce coin, and I have a couple.
Where do you
It's
get them?
basically-
Vegas.
Oh.
There's like you can buy.
That's right, I've seen the gold ATMs, I
You
don't
can,
know
there's
why
like
I
you can buy gold bullion.
I can imagine you just sitting in an armchair, smoking a cigar, flicking your
I
gold
have
coin.
some, and it's like
You know?
and when you have it, you become evil.
Yeah.
It's like you hold it and you caress it, and you're like,
So
the
it's
surge will
actual wealth.
take over.
You want
Like you want
more.
to build rockets.
So
and-
could it get to the point
But
where
it's like that little coin. I mean, it's like $1,500. Well, it's now $1,300, but that little
Right.
coin, $1,300.
But so that's an actual metal dug out of the earth. It is value. It's wealth. But will it
What
always be?
See, that's the
Like,
thing, Gavin.
depending upon how you measure it.
But Gavin, here's
How
what
do
I'm
you-
saying: is that gold unto itself.
But only
If you
he owns
erase
that, though,
if
is
you
what I mean.
erase everything from civilization, gold is just shiny metal. That's all it is.
Yeah. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, gold is the one currency that the people throughout thousands of years have chosen, not governments.
The problem with gold, though, is you can't eat it and you can't fuck it. Therefore, it doesn't have any real value when
true.
the world hits, when the shit
You
hits
can't,
the
you
fan.
can't build a
dolls.
house out of it either.
Right.
So you're saying the best currency would be an edible fleshlight?
Yes, absolutely.
Good God.
let me read
Makes
this.
its own
I bet,
sauce.
I bet those would sell in Japan.
Let me read this thing here.
Bet they do.
I want to remind everyone that this podcast is sponsored by
GoDaddy always has had really bargain prices for domains though throughout history.
Yeah.
Throughout, I mean, once they started.
Yeah, but it makes me think back to the old days when there was just one place you could get it, and it was like 70 or 75 bucks a year.
Oh yeah, back when you had to go through network solutions
Yeah.
and internet.
And now everyone can, there's so many different registrars. That's a great example of deregulation and
Capitalism.
really taking over and driving the price down. And it's not even just a domain. What did I say? It comes with a website, like a one-page website, an email account, and a photo album. It's it's not just an arbitrary
you could have
abstract
like a-
concept.
And hosting, I assume, with that.
Yeah.
Then I'm assuming they just like mail you
Right,
a
you
CD.
don't get your website on CD form.
Yeah, but it's like GoDaddy was like GoDaddy to me is like one of the prime examples of it's better to not be first on the internet. That the people who come along in the second wave or the second generation always do much better. Like the Facebooks to the MySpaces, the Googles to the Yahoos, you know, the GoDaddies to the Network Solutions. I mean, I know Network Solutions was more of a kind of like a consortium, like some kind of like.
It was more like a regulatory board.
It seemed like it,
Yeah.
at the time, because they were tied to Internet, and like the Network Solutions was part of the Internet,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah, I mean,
public-facing side of it.
YouTube is by no means the first video serving site.
Not even
was
close. They weren't even the first to offer money. I mean, there was Rever was offering
Oh, I forgot
money.
about
it?
Rever.
Break would also give you money if your video made
Yeah,
the
but it was
front
like a
page.
one-time check, and
Yes,
it
yeah,
wasn't
that's
like
a
you could
little different.
upload anything. It was more editorial based.
Right.
And it's more analogous to like heavy.com. Or
But
something.
you'd also say that
Those
like
cocksuckers.
always whatever the latest thing to come along is always the best because it's the thing that still exists. Like was Standard Oil better than Exxon?
But look, dude, that's what I've always said. Going back to the financial discussion, that's what I've always said about the stock market. Stock market seems like a great. Look at all these companies; they're all doing well and all this stuff. And you look at the like in the newspaper, you look at the stock exchange list, and you're like, all these companies look strong and they're awesome. If they listed in the stock exchange every company that ever did exist and no longer does, but they just put them all at zero, you'd be scared shitless to invest in anything because it'd be like. You'd have to go through like 2/3 of the list to get to something that even still exists at this point, you know?
Yeah, it's frightening when you look at anything how much failure there is versus success.
Yeah.
I mean, it's depressing. I mean, it was like I remember back in Hollywood trying to be an actor, and like you go into SAG and they give you statistics of like people who are successful versus people who are not. And it's just like, if
They
I
really give you
analytically look at this, I'm gonna like slit my wrist.
They really give you those statistics. Like when you come in, you're like, I want to be an actor. They're like, you're not going to make it.
I honestly can't remember. It was like, and I remember there's like 50,000 people in SAG, and it was like less than 1%, made over $100,000 a year.
So can you just get into SAG?
No.
No,
You have
to qualify.
Yeah, you have to. There's a couple of different ways you have to do it, but they're all.
And even
pain in
then,
the ass.
1%.
But
Right.
there's a weird thing too. Like I think you work on two. Joel, you can totally correct me on this because you know way better than I do. But I think you work on 2 SAG productions and you're eligible. But then isn't also the second production that you become eligible? When you become eligible on a production, don't they have to pay for your dues?
Yeah,
If they're a
it's
SAG
called a
production?
Taft-Hartley, basically, and if the production has to prove to SAG, it's like you bringing you into the country.
Yeah.
This person is so unique, and his talent is so. How did you get in the country? This person is so unique and has such a unique talent base that we can't hire someone in SAG. So we have to pull this person in, and then you have to convince.
And that's really
It's called Taft-Hartley.
the main way in. That's the only way in.
No. There's a couple of other different
Okay.
ways.
The other way's Fight Club.
That's right. There's, if someone dies and you run. No, I'm just kidding. It's like how you become captain of a Klingon ship.
Right.
It's the same way. It's the same way. No, but there's a couple ways. Like if you get into AFTRA at the time, which was like that's how I got in. AFTRA was like the other union, and it's like for TV and soap operas and stuff
radio.
like that. Radio, yeah, it's more of a broader thing. I got in because I had a terrible waitress.
What?
AFTRA. I had a waiter part, and the waiter part got me into AFTRA, and then that,
On Joel's soap opera that he was on.
the way they dressed me, I looked like a waitress.
Fantastic.
I think I've seen that clip.
He had like a neckerchief.
I had the puffy.
He was
I
so-
had a neckerchief. and a
Isn't it in
puffy-
your image gallery on the Rooster Teeth website?
No.
Oh.
No.
To be in my image gallery.
That was the weirdest soap opera ever. It was a soap opera. He was on the first few episodes that the thing ever aired. And when they start a new soap opera, it's always a big deal because these things run for like 30 years.
Yeah.
So it was when they started, it was this major event. They were starting this new soap opera. Joel's in like the first month of episodes. And I was like, going to watch this thing. And like literally within the first week, they had a witch who had a midget like
who was a doll,
assistant.
and the doll came to life, and the doll was a person.
I was like, what
it
the
was
fuck
really
am I
weird.
watching?
So I guess that soap opera's not on the air anymore.
It's Passions.
Passions, yeah. Is it on the air?
I don't know. Is Passions
I don't
still
think
on the air?
so. Anybody?
Yeah. Kara's in the other room
Kara said
saying yes.
Is that true? She doesn't know. There's no way. That's
It's
not
great.
still
It's
on
so
there.
funny to me that we can hear Kara in the other room for some reason, but like all day long, you can't hear anyone else in
I'll
the
look
room.
up Passions here. Passions, it ran from September 17th. No, what the hell here? Oh, so it ran from 99 to 2007.
Oh,
and
they
then,
did
Then it
cancel.
changed over to something else, the 101 network. I don't even know what that is. And it ran there till 2000.
You can watch it in traffic.
And
oh
you know where they got all the actors for Passions? They're all the top models. Every actor that was on there were all models.
Fucking brilliant.
And it was right. And then that was another hard lesson for me at the time, where it was like, oh, it just doesn't matter. I'm just not good looking enough. It's like kept running into that wall.
You know what's another place though? That's a classic example of where they tell you that you shouldn't do this and get out, and you're not ever going to be successful at this.
Rooster Teeth?
Yeah, Rooster Teeth is one. And we learned that model from Vegas. Everywhere in Vegas are signs of like, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
Stop now. Here's a number. Call this number and stop gambling and leave our casino right now. Because they know you're not going to do it. They know you're just going to sit there and fucking pull that lever and lose all your goddamn money.
Do they have to do that? They probably have to do that, right?
Yeah, they do.
There was a thread on Reddit recently that was like something like, what's one inside tip about your job that other people should know? And one was like, this guy was like, I'm a casino worker. I work at the tables. He said, stop gambling. If you need help to stop gambling, ask the dealer at your table what you can do to help. To have him give you information to stop gambling.
How many of those conversations do you think the dealer ever has? Never, right?
Actually, the last time I was in Vegas, I saw a dealer cut someone off and told him he'd already lost enough money.
Oh, you know what? I guess I have seen it, but they're all drunk.
You can't do that.
No,
though.
this guy was sober, and I was at a craps table, and I saw him lose like $5,000.
So why wouldn't the dealer
And
get
then
fired?
he started like trying to change more money into chips.
Well, there must have been.
And the dealer was like, "No, it's okay, man." He's like, "Go take a walk, go take a break." He's like, "You need to walk away for a little bit."
But can he legally do that? Can he, or with the
I
guy?
think if the guy really wants to change his money, he can.
Yeah.
But he was strongly encouraged not to.
People don't understand. They think like, especially when they're first-time gamblers in Vegas. I think they think like the dealers are almost like the enemy. But literally, when you're sitting there, you're like, you can look at the dealer and go, should I hit this? And the dealer go, yeah, you should hit that.
Yeah, you're against a mathematical model.
Yeah.
Is what you're
I
against.
don't
The dealers
understand.
want you to
They
win
don't
to
care.
get tipped.
Yeah.
Dealer's gonna get paid anyway. He wants you to do well, so you tip him.
Yeah.
I don't understand the fact that you can get addicted to something that isn't chemical. Like you get addicted to booze.
It's the high
and
from
stuff.
winning. It's
Yeah.
still like a
In the
chemical
end of
reaction.
the day,
in your
But
brain.
it's a chemical that you already had in your
You
head.
work at a division of our company that's based on getting small, intangible achievements in video games. I mean, there's like no real component to that in any way
Yeah, but
whatsoever.
I'm not addicted to anything.
Oh, see, that's the first sign.
You're
This
addicted
is
to
actually an
yourself.
intervention. We didn't tell you, but we called you here because we have a
It
problem.
took 213 episodes to build up to this.
Like the thing is, for example, I don't understand even chemical addictions. I don't understand how you can be addicted to booze.
Let's have Gavin shoot up heroin on the podcast. Let's see if you can understand
Do you think
chemical addiction.
anyone has a personality that's so not addictive that they can't get addicted to anything?
Um,
Or is it just
I
chemically addictive?
used to think that I chemically couldn't get addicted to anything, and I think I could get addicted to gambling.
to the point where you're just always thinking
But
about
nothing
it. and-
chemical.
Okay.
No. There's nothing that could happen to me in my life that I think about it all the time. I'm just not that way.
Well, you can watch it in families too. You can have a family where somebody's a raging alcoholic and their sibling is not. I mean, I can tell you, like, I never think about drinking. It's like I
don't
tell a story
either.
about getting drunk on the podcast. I literally don't drink unless I'm going to drink to actually get drunk.
yeah,
That's-
I've known
like
you
that?
15 years. I think I've seen you drunk 4 times.
Yeah, and I set out to get drunk.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to tear it up
Tonight's
and
the
I'm going to
night,
get drunk.
baby.
What?
It's like you say, tonight's the night. And then you just go for
yeah,
it.
like in Boston, you fucking lush.
Do you think you're addicted to anything?
No.
About you, Gavin? Do you think you're addicted to anything?
No, I mean, I drink all the time, but it's just casual. Like, I never think, God, when am I going to have a drink? I
No.
never,
You
ever
ever get
think
the
that.
shakes?
Well,
No.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if it's like when you're younger. I don't know if it's harder to get addicted to something because, like, when you're younger, life is more fun or whatever, and like as you get older, you're like, it becomes.
Man,
you
that's
know.
really depressing.
I mean, I've pretty much. You hit a point in life where it's like I'm going to experience basically everything. I've gone through the emotional gambit. I've experienced everything I'm going to experience pretty much.
Wow, that's just. Are you depressed? I'm depressed by this conversation.
That's really depressing.
Yeah,
Joel,
I have a
you've
lot
reached
of depressing shit in my head. But seriously, it's like, okay, so what's the best thing that can happen? I guess I can repeat, but it's kind of like chasing a high.
So
It's
you're
like
worried
a
that
bet,
Are you worried that
a unique
you've?
thing.
Are you worried that you've already had the best thing?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
I hope you're right.
You could just go and do something mental, and it'll be like well good.
Oh,
I hope you're
I always
right.
said I would never, like, if I got to the point where I was going to kill myself, there's so much shit I don't do because I'm afraid it's going to kill me.
Yeah.
I would do all
no,
of that
that's
stuff.
right. Like
Yeah.
heroin. No, I mean, if I'm going to kill myself. I got a week. you save us some money. I'm gonna fucking shoot up heroin.
I'm with Joel. Yeah.
But what if
Absolutely.
it makes you just so miserable?
You're gonna die. You're gonna kill yourself.
If
What
you're
do you
to the
mean
point where you're
be
gonna kill
so
yourself, you
miserable?
could
You're
literally do
already
every
so
drug.
miserable. You're getting ready to kill yourself.
Yeah.
But wouldn't want to go out in style, like hit
When
a
you go
cliff
out,
or
you
something?
go out. There is no such thing as going out with style.
Yes,
I
there
agree.
is. You can go out like a bitch, or you can go out in style.
As long as
Gavin,
you
if-
leave a clever, tombstone, that's about as.
Like that guy in the wingsuit, right? Shoots
Oh,
down those things,
Jesus.
but he just clatters a bridge.
Oh,
and
my
his body
God,
just comes
brutal.
apart, like everything everywhere,
That is
blood
brutal.
everywhere. He went out in style.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't go out like this with someone like, with a gun to his head, like like that.
I don't know if I'd say going out with a bang is how I describe that, or going out with a splat. I wouldn't describe it as going out with style. I mean, if he did like a flip and landed on his feet and then shot himself in the head, I'd be like, all right, now that's a man. That's like a guy who was. That's
I would
impressive.
want Gavin, if you got to that point in your life, I would want you to test your run down a mountain theory. I would want you to
like
test
jump out
it.
of a plane and run down the
What's the
mountain?
run down the mountain?
I'm
there?
not
He
saying.
thinks he can fall out of a plane and like.
Oh,
like,
he had the velocity.
he can aim towards a mountain and catch the angle.
I'm not
and
saying
just
I wouldn't
run it off.
I'm not saying I wouldn't be very, very hurt, but I'm saying I'm more likely to survive than just going straight down onto the ground.
You would be in traction like this, and you go, "I fucking told you."
There has to be. There is a mileage per hour where you can maybe do that out of a car, but it's, was it like 7 miles
Well, no,
per
it's
hour?
like one of those death slides, isn't it? Where you just drop, and it's like, well, if I landed on the ground now, I would break my spine.
Okay.
But you just go, oop.
Right, and
Like that.
what in this theoretical, what is the mountain made of?
Why hasn't anyone done that? You're a genius.
Well, it would work, wouldn't it? All right.
If the whole world was made of Nerf, it still would not work.
No, okay, so say you had one of those polished metal death slides, except it's
A
massive.
polished metal death slide.
Yeah, so the ones you
Say
just
you
drop
have one of those
Yeah.
polished metal death
off,
slides.
it's just sat in the
Laying
Grand Canyon
around.
or something. You come out
I
of the
love
plane.
that someone called us out. Wow, RT Podcast talking about death after the bombing in Boston. Classy. Thank you, Irish Car Bomb, for
Yeah, his
for
name is
calling
Irish
us out.
Car Bomb. Yeah.
Asshole.
for being insensitive.
I feel bad now, though.
Do people
maybe
know?
we shouldn't talk about
do
this
people
right
know
now.
the origin of the name of the drink? Do they not realize maybe? Like that ties back to our discussion about the UK. Give me another one of those beers.
It does. By the way, in Toronto, RVB Toronto.
Look,
Yeah.
I feel like we should say something in regards to that in particular. Is that tragedies and stuff like that happen. It doesn't invade every single part of your life. And those kind of reactions of like, we can't talk about this, or we can't talk about something that could be related to something that someone could infer from that they could then apply to a different part of their life and therefore be insulted by it. So we shouldn't be allowed to talk about it. Listen, people do these kinds of things. They put bombs in crowds because they can't affect people on a massive scale. A massive bomb going off in a densely crowded pack of people, it killed 2 people and it hurt 111 people. Those are big numbers, but a lot more people that die all the time. What the real weapon is fear and terror. And it's people like you saying things like that feed into it. You're the one with the problem, not us. These people are monsters. Anyone who's going to take a bomb and put it in a crowd of people, they are a monster. We are not the monsters. The rest of us, you included, you are not the monster, okay? And just like these make-believe monsters that people get scared of, they feed off of fear as well. And so what we can't do is we cannot play into that. We cannot let them feed off of our fear. We can't give them the pleasure of watching us like little children jump from the carpet to the bed. We can't let them witness us running up the basement stairs after we flick off the light because we're afraid.
That is the thing I like about, and I know I'm not a patriotic guy, but no, seriously, that's the thing I like about America, and especially when we engaged, after 9/11, is that it just doesn't matter. You're not going to stop us. It doesn't matter. You're not going to stop us. Our economy is still going to keep going. It doesn't matter. You're not going to stop us.
Yeah, but I mean, the point I'm making here is that you cannot give into it. You cannot play into that fear. We are not the monsters. The rest of us are not. These people are the monsters, okay? We do not have to be afraid of the dark that they live in. That is the point. Don't fall into it. This is what happens every time, and people get up in arms about things, and they get emotional, and they make emotional decisions that affect the rest of our lives. Best thing that you can do is help people who are hurt and get them back on their feet and in a real effective manner, and then figure out how to go forward from there. And don't celebrate these people by being afraid of them. That would be my advice to you,
Absolutely.
Irish Car Bomb.
We can give some money to the Red Cross
Absolutely.
and get a T-shirt. That's what I did.
Just let them keep the T-shirt. Just do it out of the goodness of your heart. You don't need the T-shirt.
Well, all right.
So,
yeah.
Heavy discussion. So have you seen Bravest Warriors, Joel? We were talking about it.
No, I've never even heard of it.
Oh, it's the thing Catbug's from.
Well, see, I don't know what cat bug is. To me, I thought this is a teddy bear getting attacked by a giant parasite.
It's probably how
Sort of
cat bug
changes the context.
was invented.
Like one of those.
It,
I got bit by a mosquito one time. All right, I can't, now I'm never going to be able to get this thing back in position.
so you were bit by a mosquito one time.
Now I'm
Just toss it
fixated
over
on
here.
the fact
Toss it over here.
Just
cat
choke
bug.
it.
All right.
Dude, I got bit by a mosquito one time. It landed on my arm. It was on my vein. It was a huge mosquito. And I was like, there was this girl. I go, hey, watch
Why'd
this.
you point at me and say there was a girl?
I go, there's a girl.
You're British.
We have the girl hair here. I mean, there's no, you and me, we've got the
Yeah.
girl hair. And I go, watch this. And I flexed my arm.
You didn't
and,
pop it, did you?
It didn't pop. It just like got bigger. And I was like, ah! And then I was grossed out. And then I flicked it, and then like a blood splat was all over my arm.
Were you concerned at all that maybe some of that blood wasn't yours?
Absolutely, I can guarantee that some of that blood was not his.
Had you thought about that before?
Well, no, if you flex though, it's pushing all the blood out, isn't
Okay,
it?
now here's a question. Here's a question. Mosquito comes, lands on your arm, Gus. Lands on your arm, bites you. You go smack, and it's blood. You know some of it's your blood. You know some of it is blood from other people that the mosquito bit. Would you rather it be one of us who you know, or just a random person?
Now, when you say one of us,
Like,
I mean like you specifically
one of the-
indicated towards Gus.
One of the three
is
of
that,
us.
Is the question?
Yeah.
I would take my chances with you three.
Really?
Yeah.
Gavin
My blood's
included?
safe.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you mean? Gavin, you're a
I think
big
I
slut.
trust y'all's
I probably
blood
would.
better
I
than
probably would too.
most people.
I mean, the fact that we've worked together as long as we have,
Yeah.
I mean, it's all
Like,
mixed up.
what if it's
anyway.
homeless blood?
What's that?
Like, what if it's homeless blood? See, that's the. At least I know you guys.
What if it's homeless blood? Somehow a homeless person is worse than an insect.
wait.
What a horrible thing
You
to
know,
say.
so AIDS is relatively new, right? It's not too old. When was AIDS?
I
Mid
think it's
80s.
old enough to drink.
Right. So why didn't because mosquitoes can transmit AIDS, can they?
Can they? I don't think they can.
I don't think so.
What can they transmit? There's something.
Malaria.
Oh, that's really old, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, never mind.
That's really old.
Invalidating my point. I was wondering why, like, they didn't get AIDS.
Have you ever seen that TED Talk where the guy demonstrates the system that shoots lasers at mosquitoes to kill them?
No, that's the greatest thing ever.
It's like in order to combat malaria, he developed like this software and this little apparatus that you can set up, and it detects mosquitoes and shoots them with
That
lasers.
is the greatest. This is where medical science needs to go.
And he has like high-speed
serums.
photography of the mosquitoes flying and getting shot by a laser, and then like their wing like disintegrates, and you see them like roll
does it-
over and fall.
Does it kill them
that's
or does it just take their wings off?
No, it
it
kills
actually
them.
like just burns them to
Yeah.
death. Did you ever see
I
that
can't believe I
clip?
hadn't seen that. It's awesome. You really gotta check it out.
Did you ever see the clip? I don't know if it's real, but there's the hood of a car, and there's a laser flying. There's a shit like a plane flying around or something, shooting a laser down.
I just want to point out that I was off screen. I said, can I get like to get a drink? He gave me a 12-pack of beer.
No, that makes sense. I know who he is.
But there's this laser really, really high up shooting and melting a car from like thousands of feet up. Have you
Oh,
seen that
did
one?
you see the drone they took down? I was trying to get a beer, so you guys want to talk about it. They took down a drone with a laser weapon.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
It's. I can tell you what it is. You might remember too. One of the things that destroyed the Soviet Union was like right at the end of the Cold War. The Reagan administration started putting out all these videos about our Star Wars program that could shoot down ballistic missiles
From space.
From space, just like they just made like a computer graphic that showed the missiles going up, and it was like zap, 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 fuck them, and it was like Russia was dead about 3 months after that video came out because it was just like they were gonna have to go through another arms race to get past this thing, which didn't fucking exist. It never existed.
Yeah,
and so
so-
I
Oh,
thought it was,
really? It
Yeah.
didn't. It didn't.
Yeah, it
exist
was all
then?
like proof of concept stuff, and
was
yeah, they
all-
were working on it,
Oh,
but it wasn't.
okay.
It wasn't like.
but they were talking about it
Marketing.
so confidently. like-
advertising
Yeah.
took out Russia.
Well, advertising by governments is called propaganda. But yeah, pretty much. But so I thought it was pretty telling that when this North Korea thing is going down, our Navy puts out a video of like, oh, here's a drone. Watch us shoot it down with a fucking laser beam, and they just shoot this thing down.
So when people say laser now, is it the same laser that was invented? Like laser stood for something.
Well,
didn't it?
It's polarized light. It's like isn't that what it is? Like it's
It's light
a dense-
amplification. Fuck, I forgot what it stood
But how is it different to light? regular light.
concentrated light.
No, it's all the photons directed in a parallel direction. Isn't that what a laser is?
Yeah, it's like concentrating the light and focusing it.
So it's just focused regular light.
I think
What
so.
is-
at a
lot.
specific wavelength.
And that
What
makes it
is a
color.
laser?
Yeah, it's in that spectrum.
Okay.
It's coherent monochromatic light. That's interesting. So it would be one wavelength of light, so that makes sense.
You know, I think a guy went to jail for pointing one at a plane.
Yeah, people love doing that.
A laser is a
it's
device. It is
totally
not
illegal.
the light.
Oh,
Like people call that a laser. That's not a laser. That's a
is it?
laser light.
Okay.
Laser
Laser
is the
beam.
device.
A laser bolt.
This is interesting because we all talk about lasers like we know what they are, but term laser originates
saw
as
Star
an acronym for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Lasers differ from other sources of light because they emit light coherently. Its spatial coherence allows a laser to be, I can't read today, to be focused to a tight spot, and this enables applications like laser cutting and laser lithography. Its spatial coherence also keeps a laser beam collimated, I don't know what that means, over long distances, and this enables laser pointers to work.
I had one of those. It was like $100, green laser that's very, very bright at night, and you turn it on and you can literally see your beam go like as far as you can see, and it just scared me too much. I was like, everyone can. This is. It's just
That's like
mental.
the kind
It's
they
like
were
a
pointing at
technology.
planes, right?
Yeah. So I just stopped using it. It scared the crap out of me.
It's like the second I saw that technology come out, it was just like, well, every movie's ruined now.
Yeah.
This is going to be like, dude is going to be sitting with the laser. Like the lead singer of Kiss talked about this, right? Where it was like he has a thing where he fucking hates people pointing lasers at him or whatever.
That was actually a period of time where that was really annoying, where every time you went to a movie, there was a laser dot on the screen.
Oh, I forgot about
It's
that.
like when they first became like a everyday consumer product, and suddenly laser dots were funny, and they would be on people at concerts, and they would have to stop concerts because people were putting lasers on people's faces.
Do you remember when several years ago someone threw a lollipop at David Bowie on stage and it hit him in the eye?
He's already got a bad eye.
Yeah, like the stick part went in, and there's a photo of the exact
jeez.
moment with the stick like under his eyeball,
Oh,
and like the lollipop like sticking out.
Oh,
He's
God.
like making this
That's
awful face.
awful. They made a good album cover.
And I can't imagine anybody who throws a lollipop has ill intent. Like, take this.
Take this heart.
Especially if he's paying for like a front row seat at a David Bowie concert. He's like, yeah, fuck you, asshole.
Take this.
He's like, why'd they pay to come here and do this?
That is saddening though, because it's David Bowie. But when I see Justin Bieber get bonked in the side of a head by a plastic bottle, it's quality.
Nobody deserves that shit.
No.
No,
Although I
like
gotta say, Justin Bieber
He's a
did
brat.
handle that, I thought, pretty well when he got pegged with a water bottle.
What did he
Like,
do?
That didn't feel
I forget
good.
what it was.
Was
but
it, well, he just
we
carried
talked
on.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh man, fuck you" or whatever. Then just like kept going. Like he didn't like bawl and like run off stage, right? Am I remembering that right?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I know
we
he
showed
was
it,
hit.
We showed it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? Listen, I know it's real. He's very popular, and it's easy to attack the person who's really popular, especially the young, good-looking kid or whatever. But one of the things about Justin Bieber that I share a special affinity for him too is he did come from YouTube. Like he's
Did he really?
yeah, he's the most.
He was discovered on
He's the
YouTube.
biggest YouTube success story is Justin Bieber. I consider the biggest internet success story to be the South Park guys, like early success because everyone found out about them on the internet and then the show blew up.
Well, it was like, first it was like VHS tape trading, and then
Yeah.
that kind of evolved to internet.
Well, the internet wasn't quite at that stage to where we could have like that, but that was the closest thing to it. There was a VHS tape that was traded around in Hollywood, which was the Spirit of Christmas episode of South Park before there was a show. And then it made its way to the internet, then it became a huge hit, then they got the Comedy Central show. So I consider them to be like, there was no series back then, there was only the viral videos like
Yeah.
Dancing Baby and stuff like that. Let me see this Justin Bieber thing.
Dancing Baby.
Hey, can I go back
I-
on
go
one
ahead.
thing?
Yeah.
We were talking about, are you going to talk about something topical?
I was just going to say, I forever associate Dancing Baby with Ally McBeal.
Yeah.
But go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, can we go back a little bit to something we were talking about before when we were talking about GoDaddy and domain names? Gavin, we had a big announcement today in that the Achievement Hunter group is launching a new Rooster Teeth channel.
Yes.
We are launching the Let's Play channel. You want to
Let's
talk about
Play.
that?
And
Yes.
everyone during these Let's Plays is naked, right?
All the time. Tackle out.
That's gonna be really
but basically
popular.
now all of our Let's Plays are going on to a channel called Let's Play, youtube.com
YouTube.com/Let's Play.
/Let's Play. And that's where they're all going to be, just to keep them
And everyone
all together.
will be naked.
And we have
And we have-
3 new shirts. I forgot one of them though, but this is one of them.
Now, why does it
So
say?
I think in honor of 3 shirts, we should have our first ever T-shirt Threes Day instead of T-shirt Tuesday.
Look at that one.
Come over here. I got one too. Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's the actual logo from the
And this is
page.
Yep. So we got these two. What's the other one?
The other one is styled like an eye chart with like a big L at the top, and then the L's get smaller. But I don't know where that is.
Because why not?
Yeah, why not?
So
three
yeah,
shirts.
check them out.
Buy your favorite one, or all of them.
All of them. That is my favorite one. Is all of them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I want to put it in context of the domain discussion, because a big thing is that people are asking how the hell we got the Let's Play channel, the name Let's Play for a YouTube channel. And that's because Jeff, years ago, when the Let's Plays first started, he saw that it was available and got it and grabbed it. And we've had it for 4 years?
I think longer.
You think longer? It's one of the first channels he got. We've always been pretty smart, I think, at Rooster Teeth about grabbing domain names for projects we're going to do. And that translated over to Jeff grabbing youtube.com/Let's Play, which people are just wondering, how the hell did we get it? But it's all because Jeff is just a forward-thinking dude.
Some would say a visionary.
In fact, I remember when we didn't call them Let's Plays to begin with, but we did I guess, what do we call it when we did the Left 4 Dead strategy guide?
Yeah, we did for the podcast. We did a Left 4 Dead one, an ODST one.
Yeah, and then
one other.
What was it called?
Then they did a few Let's Plays, like a series. They did like the Saints Row one, I know, that Michael and Jeff did. And then Gavin came on and did that first Minecraft one, and it just fucking exploded. It was enormous. And there was a discussion like that day, okay, we have this Let's Play channel, let's this thing is obviously going to take off. It's going to be its own thing. Let's make this the Let's Play channel for the Minecraft.
Yeah,
People
we
still
built up to the point where we could do enough, and we filmed enough in advance to do basically more. We can have one every day almost.
And it's the audience is just ravenous for these things.
One of the very first Let's Plays on the channel, which back then we didn't know what it was called. So I was playing Watchmen, I think, with Jeff, and we were trying to get an achievement, and I just said, let's do it live. Let's do live commentary.
Right.
And that's just what we called it.
Yeah,
And it's Let's Play when you look at it. It's like
people
a
still
very,
can't
very
believe,
early...
I still see them asking, like, I can't believe that name wasn't taken. I can't believe it was available. It's like, this was before it was a common term. This is like right
this
at
is
the
before
beginning.
LP is.
I mean, it was sort of a thing, but it wasn't like the YouTube phenomenon that it is now.
Yeah.
But Jeff was forward enough thinking to see it and think, oh, well, this thing's available. I can't believe he had the same reaction that everyone else did, which was, I can't believe this is available. We should take a look at it and grab it.
So we're still going to do our Monday, Wednesday, and Friday Let's Plays. Friday being Minecraft, and we've got Let's Build on Tuesday, which is where we actually build. We film everything we build, so we're just going to release all those. We've got tons of them stacked up. Versus is on Thursday, and I guess there's going to be other ones as well, just interspersed with all that stuff.
Yeah. We
Let's Plays.
are planning to do a DayZ Let's Play. We've been talking about it forever. The reason why we've been waiting a while is for the launch of this channel, and so we're working out when we're going to do some podcast plays. We want to separate them because obviously the Let's Plays that you guys do are just like the premium ones that everybody wants to see, but we want to get in there and
We'll slum it.
Yeah, we'll slum it. We're totally cool with that. We're having some fun.
That's right. You look at him. You fucking eyes of hate. We're coming for you, Gav. You better watch out.
Hey, same team, guys.
So if people go to the youtube.com/Let's Play, the release schedule.
I think
is
you
in
said
the
that
header
wrong.
at the
I
top.
think you said slumming it. It acts like we're going down to the Let's Play channel, but that's the exact opposite. We're gonna be drafting off of them.
I mean, like, we're slumming it. Like, they have the premium Let's Plays. We're gonna slum it and have like the crappy Let's Play.
I think
following
you're using the
them.
term wrong. Slumming it.
Yeah, but either way, I want
Maybe I am.
to play. I want to play some video games.
Yeah, let's play video games.
You want to play DayZ with us?
Yeah, dude.
I think you're right. I was only halfway paying attention. I think Gus was only halfway paying attention. I think Gus is right.
No, when you say you're slumming it, like if I say I'm gonna go slum it, it means I'm gonna go to a shitty
Yeah.
bar or something like that.
Yeah, like we're not slumming it because we're associating with you. We're slumming it because we're going to be at a lower level.
Why do you have to slide?
I know, that's what I'm saying. I acknowledge I said it wrong.
Oh, okay.
No, but
okay.
you didn't say it wrong.
I did say it
He
wrong.
just thinks that you said it wrong.
No, he said it wrong.
I'm just thinking it's time to have an argument.
Yeah, we had a lot of
It's
these.
been too long. Haven't had an argument.
My favorite thing too on that Left 4 Dead one that we did, Joel, you were in that one.
That's what made you be Zoe.
I love that we called it a strategy guide, and there's
Yeah.
still people to this day that go in that one and they go, "This is the worst strategy ever." guys are terrible at this.
Didn't you all die a couple of seconds before?
Five
major
seconds.
We hadn't. It was our first time ever playing it. We didn't know what it meant to like signal the horde. We're like, oh yeah, let's just signal it, and it was like, and we were just
No, I
point-
totally trolled you guys. I just went over and hit the fucking button.
Joel is like hiding against the wall, and the whole wall comes down.
We were gonna hide in the brick.
The thing is that tongue will shoot straight out and then turn a 90-degree corner and then grab you and pull you out.
Yep.
And that was bullshit. That was bullshit. I'm just saying, Valve.
No, we're not. I don't think we're not planning to do live streams of these things. Are we?
no. I think it.
People are asking that on Twitter right now.
I don't think it lends itself to that very well.
You're gonna have to
that
show me
format.
how you.
Someone just posted.
Multi-clip.
Yeah, you'll have to show me the multi-clip.
You basically just have to get good at watching
Brandon to
6 videos.
It's really easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's just like processing all that video is tough. I mean, I watched the. You guys. I mean, it's a lot of work that you guys put into those things. You guys do a fantastic job with them.
I don't think people realize we cut the hell out of the Minecraft Let's Plays.
No, yeah.
Like every recording's like an hour and a half, and we cut it down to about 30 minutes usually, 30 to 40 minutes.
So you still have to go through an hour and a half of footage times 6.
That is,
Yeah, but I watch it all at the same time.
Right.
And then, so I'll select angles the whole way through, and I'll start again and chop out all the either just quiet bits or just not very funny bits.
I know.
Yeah, and then blend it. I'm just,
I showed you how to do it.
Did you show me how to do
Yeah.
that?
It's
When?
it's
The
brutal.
multi-clip stuff.
I don't think you did.
I think I did.
I don't think you did.
Yeah, I was like Brandon and I were the only 2 people who knew how to do it.
I looked it up on Google.
Oh. Well, but I fixed your problem where you couldn't have more than 4 feeds.
Thanks.
I did the multi-clip without doing the multi-clip, which is it's horrible.
What, so you were just like cutting
I
off tracks and then-
recorded the whole, the thing, and I went back and had to go manually. It took like forever.
So how do
it was
you
like
see
the
the
production
other-
of like Lord of the Rings, except for put into.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
It was awful. It was awful.
Have all of you eaten oysters before?
I've eaten an oyster.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going back.
You're not gonna do it again? Did not enjoy it?
No, the risk reward is not there for me.
Yeah.
This is my issue with stuff recently. People
It's
have
like
been
eating a ball of snot.
well, it is.
That
know,
might
you
get
look
you
up-
really sick.
Because you have to eat them alive, don't you? You can't have a dead.
You can have a fried oyster.
Yeah, but when you eat a raw oyster, it has to be alive raw. You can't just have like a sloppy oyster.
Or it
that's
could have
been-
just died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's there and it's alive. It's not really. They don't move really, do they? You just jizz a bit of lemon on them and scoop them back, and it's like a bogey. But
You see, you've put in 2 words of that sentence that make me want to eat them even less. than
right,
I
well there you go.
before.
But the thing is, people always say about different weird foods from around the world, like, oh, it's a delicacy here. People love it and stuff. Which makes you
It's because
think.
other cultures are just trying to freak out other cultures.
But it makes
that's
you
all
think-
that's happening there.
Yeah,
It's just like, look at the weird fucking shit we're
But that's
gonna
exactly it. It makes you think, oh, well, it's a delicacy there. I better have some. But then I always forget that people are idiots. There's
Well,
tons
also-
of idiots.
also-
It doesn't necessarily mean
eat.
it's a good thing
People are
to
all
eat.
the same and they're all idiots.
It's just perception. Like, I could be talking my ass here, but I believe lobster used to be trash food that only poor people ate.
Yeah, no, it's,
Oh, now it's
it's
like a
true.
And
deluxe.
now it's like
No,
a
it's
delicacy
true.
that
Yeah.
you pay a lot of money for.
It's all
like,
marketing.
Yeah, it's just
like
like
Grey Goose.
Yeah, like exactly like Grey Goose and the fucking guy we love.
But you can eat a fetus in an egg. You just
Balut.
Yeah, there you go. And that's the thing. It's like, oh yeah, people
You
love
could
it.
do that. I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
and people love it, and it's apparently really tasty. But they're insane. I don't want to eat a fetus
Like
in an egg.
caviar.
But that's just egg, isn't it?
It's like fish egg, yeah.
It's fish
Yeah,
eggs,
but it's
yeah.
not partially formed fish. You don't get like a bit of
Are
bone.
caviar fertilized?
I don't know. I don't know. Does it
What?
matter?
I saw a clip of Bear Grylls. Bear Grylls caught a fish with his hands and then squeezed it and squirted the caviar into his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Straight out of the fish.
Yeah, yeah. Ugh.
Hardcore.
They didn't let the fish go.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
man.
an awful experience for that fish.
Yeah, that fish must have been like, well, I am going to be the first fish to go commit suicide.
Imagine being pregnant and someone comes up to you and just goes,
Whoa, and then like, bye. That's awful.
And then eats it like they have their mouth. They're like, oh, good. Here you go.
I bet that video though is huge in Japan. Probably.
It's like a whole subsect of porn.
Most popular Bear Grylls. What? So the video that I was talking about earlier for Justin Bieber getting hit by a water bottle is called Justin Bieber Gets Hit by a Water Bottle. And it was August 2nd, 2010. It's got 8 million views. But he just
What
gets
was it? Was there anything in the water bottle?
water. He gets watch.
You see, if you're in Philadelphia on a football field, they'll throw a water bottle at you, but there'll be like a
full of
fetus
piss.
Or
Oh.
inside.
what I always heard they used to do was they would put D-cell batteries in snowballs and throw them at football
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a game between
why?
the Eagles and the Redskins called the Body Bag Game, and like 14 players were carried out of that game. It was like a brutal, and the fans were just throwing shit. It was awful.
It's because you can throw a D-cell battery at somebody and it looks like a snowball. That's why.
It's like the whole frozen egg thing.
It's basically a frozen egg, essentially. But dude, you have to be a maniac to throw a D-cell battery at somebody.
I think you had a football player.
God, I know. It's just
A pro football player.
Fuck that, man.
People go crazy at sport. Do you remember the guy that got shoved down all those rows of chairs?
Yeah,
He just hauls ass and ends up
You
at the bottom.
can, you can
Did you Asian guys?
you can just as effectively shout things at professional players and hurt them emotionally.
And that,
It's more effective.
it's fun too.
Then it is fun too. Like
They get paid a lot of money,
Derek
they can take it.
Jeter, I informed him of the fact that his lady's underwear was showing while he was in the battle circle, and he was very appreciative of the fact that I was there for him and other players that were older. You suggested it's time to retire.
Here, I'm gonna look up a video. There's actually a very relevant video for this that's out making the rounds
We
right
can't
now.
show video from this laptop right now.
We cannot show video right now.
No.
Okay, we'll go look up. I don't know who it is, but he's an outfielder. Somebody in the control room might know. Outfielder. He just got heckled from the crowd, and he's standing, and he's got his glove behind his back, and he's basically with his glove behind his back. All you see is his back, because that's what's facing the crowd, and they're yelling shit at him. And every time the guy's yelling at him, he's got his glove behind his back. He's going like this, like mimicking the guy, and it's one of the funniest fucking things ever. And
That's
it's just like the guy's yelling all this rude stuff, and he's just like bop, 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 with his glove, and you can hear that all the other people around him laughing. And
That's probably the best way to handle that. 'Cause you
Totally.
turn everyone against the heckler.
He did, and everyone wanted him to continue heckling, so the guy could continue to make fun of him. If somebody on Twitter knows who the name of that outfielder was, we should definitely say his name because it was really funny.
That is fantastic.
Oh, here it is. Somebody, user D Blastball. God, you guys gotta have names people can read. Blasiol. Blastaloli.
give up.
Yeah, see if at Let's Play's available. It just might be. No, it's not. It's not this guy. It's the wrong video. God damn! After all that, no, it's the wrong video. But I'll find it and I'll tell you the name of the
All right,
outfit.
here, let me
No
read this.
matter how gross.
Let me read this. Shut up. Shut up. I have to read this. I want to remind everyone this episode of Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by
So, got the name of the player. His name is Tony Gwynn Jr. Just so you know.
Tony Gwynn
Tony
Jr.
Gwynn Jr.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's so we'll put that video in the linked up for those of you listening to the podcast, and when it's up tomorrow.
How frequent is it that a pro player has a son who then plays in the pros as well?
It seems like fairly, like Cecil Fielder.
Cecil Fielder,
Ken
Tony
Griffey?
Gwynn, Ken Griffey, Jose Cruz.
Well, you
Ripken?
got to think, mathematically speaking, they have so many kids that.
Do baseball players have a lot of
That's
kids?
a joke. I was trying to make an NBA joke and it didn't work.
Vaguely racist.
Vaguely racist.
No.
Let's see your
Mathematically speaking, there are
Because
no
it's
racial
'cause
jokes.
they're rich.
It's because they're rich. It's
I just
because
saved
they're
you,
rich.
dumbass.
See, now I feel like I'm painted into a corner.
You are painted
now I
yourself
need
into the
somebody
corner.
to talk. No, you painted
With
me
racist
into the corner. You painted me.
But I will admit that I have a lot of respect. Like,
Goddamn
I don't
Puerto
think I don't think you should wing a water bottle at Justin Bieber. And people are kind of giving me shit on Twitter. I'm not a Justin Bieber fan. I don't care.
He's a brat, though. He's a brat.
No,
The
but
argument- the argument-
especially as someone who spends a lot of time like on a stage talking to people, like at panels and stuff, I would not appreciate having shit thrown at me or having people come up on the stage. Like
No.
you're there to try to entertain people. Like
We
why
had
would
a-
people come to be entertained and then like do something like that?
That's
We
a
had
risk you
a-
take by being on stage, though, surely.
We had people throw money at us, and there's video of it. We had
Yeah.
people throw money at us, and it was fine. We survived and stuff. But like people were throwing change and stuff. We had a glass in front of us, and the glass, shattered.
Yeah.
There's just broken glass everywhere. And you went blind,
Yeah.
and I lost an eardrum. But it was fine. We played it off in the video. You can't tell.
But we got a lollipop out of it.
But we got a lot of.
How
No,
much-
but it's like
How much like a drum does an eardrum look like?
I don't know.
Could you...
Is this a segue for Gavin or Google? Do we have a Gavin or Google? No. Damn.
Yeah, we have some, but we're gonna probably wait. We don't want to do it every single week.
Oh,
and
okay.
Wear it out. So we're gonna wait till next week probably.
You save it,
Wait.
make it special.
I was
And
busy
now
today.
prepare for the onslaught of people getting upset by that.
When do you normally do those? Like do you do them like day of or do you do them ahead of time?
Usually I take a speed dump before the podcast, so I don't have to get up in the middle of it, and that's when I...
It's appreciated.
Yeah.
you time it that way.
What do you mean?
All I see when I talk to you is like thousands of bugs flying around your head.
Yeah, there's a lot of bugs in this room.
They're all around you. I think it might be you.
They
who
are
brought
I
it.
all around
actually
you.
spilled beer all over my chin earlier.
There was
and I
that
think they're going
character.
for my mouth right now.
There's that character
that
in Charlie Brown.
Pigpen.
And you are like the embodiment of him right now. You have literally bugs flying
If we
around.
tap you, like does like the dust cloud come off?
And
I'm
there's, like,
actually
waves
formed
where we draw
entirely
you.
of tiny bugs right now. You could put your arm
You're
right
like
through
the
me.
guy in Men in Black.
There you go.
That's pretty gross. I had a transition earlier and I lost it, but it would have been great. It would have been great. Now we can't go back.
Was it about weird food?
It was about weird food.
Now you're back on track.
No, I can't.
God damn, they're everywhere.
Do you think there's anybody who eats gnats? I'm helping you out.
No, dude. Did you see the thing where it's an African tribe. They take a wet piece of material.
A wet
and
piece of material.
Like
Go
kind
ahead.
of like a net or something, and they just like flop it
net.
around. You know when you get big clusters
flop
of
it
bugs.
around.
And then they like ring them off into a pan.
Into a pan.
Yeah, until they've got tons of them, and
Until
they
they
cook
have
them,
tons
smear them around.
of gnats.
Yeah, they take them now that they're cooked, and smack them into a burger shape, and then put it between bread.
It's like it's like the cooking shows.
That's a real thing that people do. I would not do that.
Where did you see this?
TV.
You ever think like the dude, like there's a million shows right now. There's like, look at me, I'm gonna go eat a bunch of weird shit. At a different place.
People are doing it because they're idiots.
Right, but
not
do
because it's a
you
thing.
think there's like tribesmen being like, let's find the fucking grossest ass fucking piece of shit thing and feed it to this fucking Western asshole and laugh at
like him with the raw meat.
There was that TV show, or there is that TV show, Bizarre Foods, where that guy Andrew Zimmerman like goes around the world eating stuff, and now they have like Bizarre Foods America. It's like, do you think they ran out of they were like, we don't want to spend all this money on travel anymore. Let's just keep it domestic. It's like, how weird can food in the US be?
Yeah, right.
It's like, it was interesting before when they'd go around the world like, oh, I've never heard of that.
And basically, weird foods in America is just like, what place can we find that has the most grease?
It's like, oh, they serve gizzards here. How bizarre.
Yeah.
Or mountain oysters.
Yeah.
You know, look, I have a bad habit of bringing up stuff that I know is going to come back to haunt me, but I'm bringing this up anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up the weird food thing.
Somebody sent us today?
No, don't.
Oh, everyone's saying no.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't. I said don't. I will cut your mic off.
Okay.
Why?
Because we'll just get more of it.
We got a package that was weird.
Oh, all right.
It was weird.
What was it?
Weird.
No, I'll tell you after the podcast.
Yeah. I got something. We got two things today in the mail. One was really cool. Shira Lazar sent us like the best thank you gift ever. Remember on South by Southwest when she had us come out and we helped co-host the show? It was me and Barb and Jack. Jack did like Chuck D and Matt and Kim, and I got to interview Shaq. She sent us monogrammed bathrobes.
Oh, is that who that's from?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's like the weirdest but coolest thank you gift of all time.
Honestly, I thought Jack had ordered himself a bathrobe with his own Twitter handle on it.
No,
I was like, man, what a fucking egotistical jerk.
Yeah.
Though it has your Twitter handle on it?
Yeah, it's just, it's got our,
That's the thing. If somebody else sends that to you, it's cool. If you get a monogrammed robe of your own Twitter handle, you're the biggest asshole.
You're like a
But if someone else
douchebag,
gets it for you, awesome.
Totally cool.
if someone's going to see you in a bathrobe, they're probably going to follow you
You're
anyway.
probably already following you.
Right. That deal's probably already sealed at that point. But I thought that was really cool. And then we got something else that was just
Horrendous.
I can't talk about it? Okay.
So I saw you know, when I was at NAB last week, which is the National Association of Broadcasters convention in Vegas, I went by a booth where they were demoing a piece of equipment called a TriCaster. It's used like what we use for multi-camera setups, and they were showing video clips that were made using TriCasters.
It was gorilla poop. I just have to say it. I'm sorry. They sent us gorilla feces. It's disgusting. Why would somebody?
So here's the worst part of that. So
can't-
it was just addressed to Rooster Teeth Productions, like generic, not addressed to anyone specifically. Jennifer opened it, saw what it was, and put it on my desk.
Well, then
and I
she
was like,
carried it
and I was
around.
like, why did you put this on my desk? She said, I assumed it was for the podcast. I said, why the fuck would you assume that? Like, is that what people think of me in this company? Oh, I just got a package of shit. This must be for Gus. Let me go put it on his desk.
And then she's carrying it around in a
have a
Ziploc
question.
bag.
And I was like,
And she brings it in my office. She goes, look, somebody sent us gorilla poop. And I said, Jen, get that the fuck out of my office. I said, and why are you touching that? That could be dangerous.
Whoa, wasn't it a packet?
It was in a Ziploc bag.
a Ziploc bag. And was it dry?
and I said, why are you carrying
There's
it? Why
no-
did you not just throw it away
There's
instantly?
no return address or anything?
No.
He was right. We should not have talked about this.
Listen,
Now we're going to get more fucking gorilla fucking poop.
It's not real, right?
You're only going to see this on the live podcast. We're fucking cutting this. Got it, Lindsay. You might mark the time.
Who in the world has
agree.
access to a fucking gorilla? Who has access?
It's a long-term play. He was
Well,
like, in fucking 30 years, I'm going to get those
How
assholes.
do you know it's gorilla poop?
There was a car.
Was there a
informing us.
size or
The guy
a
lives
picture?
in an apartment in Queens with a gorilla. He's raising it from a baby, getting his ass
Do you know what
kicked
that?
every
You know what this
day.
is? This goes back to one of the original podcasts. He just sent you a death note because he said he would fight a gorilla.
But what does that mean?
This is so. Now
He said he would fight a tiger in his defense.
the tiger?
I would fight a tiger.
He said he'd fight everything.
No, actually, a gorilla is one of the things I'd be most afraid of because it's most like me.
Oh God, yeah.
Like I got
Much
no advantage.
stronger.
Yeah,
Fuck
you're
yeah.
right. You're right. So it's slightly different than me.
Like the Planet of the Apes movie or whatever the thing is with the
That's not a good example in any way.
fuck all that.
How is that a good example?
fuck all that. They have language. They have vehicles.
What the fuck?
They have walkie-talkies.
Joel, that situation was hypothetical enough. You didn't need to expand.
You're a dead man. Your face is gonna get ripped off by a
wasn't
fucking
sent to-
chimpanzee.
Clearly, it was sent to Gus.
It was not.
It was. They like
One of you guys
you're
is dead,
Yeah.
and
we might have some horrible disease now from being exposed to gorilla poop.
I boiled my
can
hands in
we
water.
change our answers from the mosquito
boiled
question
your
later?
Okay, now I have looked this up. There is a thing called no-bake cookies that are called gorilla poops.
That is not what we had.
That doesn't look like it at all. Those look like Little Debbie snacks.
So was it just like a
This does not look like a Little Debbie snack. It looked like a Big Debbie snack. Big Fat Debbie. Was awful. I don't know why Jen then brought it around to everybody.
I know why she left it on my desk. That's the most insulting part.
Well, that was probably that's
the most insulting part.
she have like
she
a-
got a
did she have
package
like
of
a-
shit and thought this belongs to
Did she
Gus.
have like a look of satisfaction on her face as she delivered it to
She
you?
wasn't
You'd be
there.
like,
She
"Gus."
left it on my desk. It's
Yeah.
not like she brought it and gave it to me. She's like, "Oh, Gus is not at his desk. I'll leave this here because this
We
is
got to
his."
have a procedure.
Maybe maybe it was her. Maybe she's trying to kill you.
Jen needs to understand that she's a frontline defense.
All right, they really want to show a picture of it. Okay, let's see this picture.
Oh, we're really going.
It's just gonna be cut,
I kept
isn't it?
waving it off, but
Show the
fine,
pic-
let's see
show,
it.
Show the picture.
We're down the rabbit hole now. Gross. Gavin's losing it.
It stank too.
Was it real?
It stank.
That wasn't real. Nah, gorilla poop isn't like that, is it?
I don't know.
Your eyes are watering. You threw your jacket into your emergency puke bucket. You're
Oh,
fucked.
did I?
So yeah, I don't even know how I
it
got that from.
squishy?
So when we cut all of this out, I'm gonna go back to my story so we can preserve continuity.
Can you make?
Shut up.
She should make just like a fucking super awkward cut. Just be like, oh, what are you talking? And then just like a hard cut.
So when I was walking through NAB,
Lindsay-
I was walking
Lindsay?
past the TriCaster booth, and I kept seeing video of you and Shira Lazar and Jack and Shira Lazar. I guess they used that piece of equipment for their live stream, and you all were their highlight reel. Like, oh, look what you can do. You can show Bernie Burns.
That doesn't sound like a.
It was kind of a low light reel.
I think there's a huge application for that. If you think
Is
about
anyone going to buy that?
That's a
now?
huge
I mean,
market.
It kind of ruins.
people who want to show me.
What is it?
Nope.
What does it do?
I think it's totally valid.
It's like a video switcher for live productions. Like for this, we could use it to route all
Except
of our
for when
video
you
signals.
show the people, they look 40 pounds more overweight.
Shut the fuck up, Joel.
Bad jokes.
By the way,
Bad
Joel.
jokes.
Everyone in the pod or in the Twitter feed wants to know what's up with your hair. Are you cosplaying as Sonic today? Or something?
Yeah, I don't
It
know.
looks like I thought it was Cloud from Final Fantasy VII.
Like the thoughts that the viewers have when they see my hair are the same fucking thoughts I have in the morning.
What's
where
wrong
it's
with your
like,
hair?
what in the fuck is that?
It looks fine.
No, it's terrible. It's sponsored by Dow Chemical this weekend. So we'd like to thank our new sponsor, Dow Chemical. Highly flammable.
What's Dow Chemicals catch like? Do they have like a phrase? Like most companies
Dow
have like
Chemical. We're only fucking you a little bit. I'm not sure what it is.
engineering the
Hey,
future.
speaking
or
of
some
which,
shit.
Peru banned all GMO products.
Peru?
Yeah, Monsanto, is that the name of the
Yeah.
Oh,
company?
Monsanto, like
Yeah.
engineered seeds and stuff.
They're gone. Can't come in the
If
country.
you want to look up some weird, fucked up lawsuits, Monsanto, who's got some fucked up, they will sue the shit out of people. I mean, like they have these engineered seeds that last one planting, and basically farmers who use them, like some of the seeds flow over into other farmers' fields, and if they find a seed, they will sue the living crap out
It's
of that farmer.
almost like a license agreement.
It's like a license
Like you're
agreement,
licensing the seed. It's like you can use it one time and
Yeah.
then that's it.
Well, and they're engineered to only go one time. It's like talk about the broken.
Monsanto seems like an evil corporation, but it makes me think of like an old company from the 60s. It makes me think of like Pan Am and like
They
companies
should
like
do a TV
that.
show about it. It's like I was at the grocery store and it was like organic blueberries, and I'm like, oh, organic blueberries, and it comes in like a Ziploc bag, and like you couldn't see through the bag, but like I didn't think about it at the time. I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy some organic blueberries. I get them home, and the blueberries are like, they're like tiny.
Yeah.
They're
they're
like
real.
tiny because they're real.
They're
And it's like,
nature's
oh, this is
blueberries.
why you can't see through the bag, because organic blueberries are shit. Like the engineered blueberries that are the size of like cereal.
I think that's the way a lot of things are like like organic, or I should say, what do they call it? Heritage, like potatoes and carrots. It's like they're all different sizes and colors, and like they have all these weird characteristics. But when you think of like a potato, you have like this stereotype that you think of, like that's a potato. Or like the orange carrot, that's a carrot.
I was once on a shoot where we were filming for a cooking show, and it was all about organic fruit and veg and stuff. So we were filming this chef like pulling all this fruit like fresh from the leaves.
And was this a
stuff like
slow-mo?
that. Yeah, we were doing it in slow-mo for some reason, like, because you got the water coming out. And we were in this patch of veg, and we realized that there were no carrots. So we walked to the supermarket and bought some carrots, and then buried them. And then pulled them
There
out
it
the
is.
ground in
That's
slow-mo.
television. That is
That's the
fucking
magic
television.
of TV right there.
That is the
I was just
magic
looking
of
at it like embarrassed.
Did you even buy like organic carrots?
No, they weren't organic. But they weren't organic. The organic ones were like this big.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just buried regular carrots from Sainsbury's.
And that was the first dirt those carrots have ever seen. Yeah, there's no way I can transition into this. How are you doing?
Do the gross food thing.
Let's argue
Do
more.
the gross
Go ahead,
food
say
thing.
something.
Transition.
Hey, I'm interviewing.
So we got a discussion the other day about baby carrots. That baby carrots are not a real thing. Like, there's no such thing
Baby
as a-
carrots are not a real thing. So in other words, what you're saying is this is something we engineered?
No, they just take carrots and cut them up and then round them off.
They like shave them down.
They shave it down. Like you ever see a cartoon, like
So
a
they're
Bugs
not
Bunny
even
cartoon,
partially grown carrots.
where they take like a log and they whittle it down to a toothpick? That's what a baby carrot
So
is.
what happens to all of the?
They're fake. They're real carrots, and they just.
What happens to all the carrot
I-
shards
they-
that go unused? Get like
They
thrown
sell
into
it
salads?
as carrot shreds, shredded
Yeah, so
carrot,
carrot
or
shreds.
like mulch it, or like pounded down for carrot juice.
Wow.
So what's baby corn? The little
What's that?
sweet corn.
Does
What they do
baby-
is they take a real corn and then they shave it down to that little size.
You're lying.
Of course I am. What the fuck do you think it is?
I'm asking you what it is. I
It's a
didn't
little
know.
corn.
So that's real.
Yes.
I don't even think that's actually corn though. It just happens to look like corn.
So what is it then?
I mean, have you ever had one? It doesn't taste anything like corn. Could you make baby popcorn? That would be fucking awesome. Like a little miniature popcorn.
I did used to do it like.
And it
Oh,
screams when you
I
eat
want to
it.
read you some of these mind fucks from Reddit that I really liked.
What
Here,
is baby corn?
This is the one that really spoke to me.
I can't see
Maybe it's
this.
a type of squash.
Gavin, you'll love this. There was one that really spoke to me, which was that when you see a particle of dust floating in the air, a single particle of dust just floating in the air, that is size-wise exactly halfway between a subatomic particle and the planet Earth.
What?
Isn't that amazing?
No.
That is the
wait.
range of size.
No. No.
Subatomic. So
Like
you
an
mean
electron.
smaller than an atom.
Like an electron.
Oh, okay. I thought you said like atomic particle.
Subatomic particle.
well, because that would have been
Well,
mental.
isn't an
Yeah,
electron a
that's
subatomic
a totally different
particle?
size. I thought it was atomic. I thought it was like the atom, not the electron.
All right, I'm backing away from this.
But you can't even measure an electron, can you? Because it's never in the same place.
You can.
How though?
You can take a picture of it.
You take a picture of
But
an
it's
electron?
not. It's in like.
Yeah.
I don't think you have a picture of electrons.
I think you
But
can.
there's all that string
Now-
theory stuff where it's not a thing.
I think
It's
you
like,
can either know where it is or you can know its velocity, but you can't know both.
I once
Can we
heard.
find out its email address?
I once
That's
heard
the
that
definition of baby corn, by
the
the way.
difference between what's the thing that the electron goes around?
The nucleus?
Yeah. So you have that, and the electron can be around that. But there's as much empty space as like a cathedral or something. Like it could be anywhere. Like say you have
Right.
a nucleus, it could be anywhere in like a cathedral-sized space.
Yeah, it's huge.
And that's how much empty space there is in the world. And like if you could crush us down to nothing, because we're just full of empty space.
That's why I was amazed at the difference between atomic and subatomic particles.
That
It's
is a
huge
matter of
difference.
perspective,
Sure.
though, that we're filled with empty space. We're not. Even space is not empty space. We call it empty space because we're used to space
well,
being
what's-
like a table.
What's in between a nucleus and
forces
an
and energy?
But that's-
Those
you-
the gravitational forces go over. I mean, all
that
the way
physical
across the
object?
No. But it is just because that's a matter of our perspective. I think energy and forces are a very real thing in the universe, and our body is essentially a lattice of energy and force holding these bits together.
so-
And everyone watching this podcast is now screaming at their screen. I know that, but that's okay. But just because we don't call it matter or whatever, it's still a thing. It's still there. It's still a force that's in
It's funny.
place.
It's like it gets to the point where it's like a wave, which you think is a like you think it's a force, but it's actually a measurable thing.
It's like, so for you to say we could just crush
it's
down
like-
the empty space, that would take an enormous amount of energy to do that because you're crushing down forces.
Well, it would have the same mass, wouldn't it?
When you're all done. No, it's like saying a star is not a black hole, right? They're two different things. Like a star is this big. It has a certain amount of mass. When it goes down to a black hole, it has much greater force associated with it. When it collapses, it has much greater.
But it's the
I
same
think
mass.
a better
isn't it?
analogy might be the difference
Is it the
between a
same
star and like a white dwarf, which is the same star but much denser and more compressed, or like a neutron star.
When a
But it
red
has,
dwarf is
but it
more
has the
expanded.
same mass.
But it might have the same mass,
Yeah.
just more dense.
more dense.
So when a star collapses, it makes a black hole. It makes a singularity. What makes that have much more gravitational pull than anything else?
Dense.
The density. It's the amount of mass in the amount of size. It's compressed down.
Okay, so how big does something have to be before you can orbit shit around it?
It probably depends upon what you're
Jack
trying to
is
orbit.
like right at the limit. I don't
Okay,
know.
so.
You gotta fucking guys out of the control room. I hear them all over there.
All right, so the Earth is dense enough. No, the Earth is big enough in mass to have something orbit around it.
Okay.
If you crush the Earth down to a baseball, it's the same mass and it's dense. So could I like throw a pea and would it go around it?
Well, it
If
also
people
depends
would
upon.
orbit around Earth. That's what you do when you're like in space. When astronauts are floating in space, they're orbiting around Earth.
It depends upon how far away it is from the thing. It has to be.
Rooster Teeth podcast statistics. I just want to let you know somebody clocked us. Took us 2.5 minutes to go from baby corn to black hole. So that was
That is awesome
We can do this
statistic.
faster.
Do you want another one?
Is there anyone? Was there anyone who is online right now who's on Twitter? Did anyone go on our Reddit thing?
The AMA.
The AMA that
On the
you
AMA
fucking
thing.
hijacked.
Made it better.
So this
I
fucking
Made it
asshole
better.
has his own AMA, his own sub AMA within our greater AMA.
I didn't know.
You like fucking.
I don't know. I don't know how
There's, like,
Reddit
the
works.
most upvoted
know.
comment. I had to hide it so that I wouldn't see it, so I could see
But then
the
he
rest of
started
the
invading
questions.
the other sections too. With the Joel show was like.
Yeah,
counting
I don't
down through that.
understand it, but somehow I'm going to work it so I invade everyone else's fucking question.
It was like I was trying to build a helix. I was trying to build a double helix. I was trying to create DNA out of the.
Luckily, guys,
the
if
amount
we
of
had done that to
connections.
Joel, he'd have been very forgiving of us. He'd have been totally fine.
I
with
was
us
trying
doing
to.
that.
I was trying to. I went
You're
into
trying
the
to make a
room,
double helix. You're trying to make DNA. You
and
told us.
I saw people struggling, and I thought, well, this has to stop.
The
And
consensus,
I was
the consensus
And
on
you-
Twitter is that Joel made it 10 times better. I don't think anyone made it past that first comment with Joel.
that was my second time on Reddit ever.
Yeah, I was really
time. How'd you
hesitant
figure
giving
it
you the
out?
Rooster Teeth password.
I didn't.
Can't figure out Reddit.
I just didn't. I just kept posting. That's the key.
Just
keep
type.
posting.
Just
keep fucking typing.
overrun it with noise.
Just keep fucking typing.
It's like Joel's
Just don't
attitude
stop.
to a conversation. Just keep talking. Just over.
Imagine him trying
overflow
to
it.
figure out Xbox Live with a headset.
work.
Bah, bah, bah.
Who was it that said that? Was it you, Gavin, that said if you don't know what to say, just start talking and you'll figure it
That's
out?
Carl Pilkington.
Oh, is that who
Then
it
your
was?
brain will figure out what to
Well,
say.
I
yeah.
like it will
Say a
catch
lot.
up on the way, yeah. that sounds-
It's funny that I confused Gavin with Carl Pilkington.
That's a
could you?
that's a great bit. That's during his movie pitch with
Right.
Clive Warren and Rebecca De Mornay. All of those, that makes me feel inadequate as a podcast watching the Ricky Gervais show.
It's funny, dude.
Those guys are so much funnier.
Did I tell you that my did I tell you? Fucking.
Tell it. Go.
Go on.
Go.
No, it feels out of place now.
No,
All
do
right,
it.
well, tell us about the weird food thing.
We
then.
went from baby corn to a black hole.
Somebody mentioned Ally McBeal
I did.
earlier. For 5 years, I was the waiter on every television show. Nobody knows this.
Were
but
you a
it's
waiter on
true.
Ally McBeal?
I was a waiter on everything.
And some movies.
And some movies. I was a waiter on Ally McBeal. And I worked at that a couple of times, and I got to the point where I kind of knew Lucy Liu and I kind of knew Portia de Rossi. I almost spilled a drink on them at one point, but they're very nice. And we started a conversation or whatever, and everything was fine. And at the time, I was on the meat diet. And I think Portia de Rossi was a vegetarian.
Ugh.
And we were sort of going back and forth, and we were talking about it. And whatever, there was a thing, but it's like, it's very dark on that set. And they had wheeled out like a potato bar. Like, it's got sour cream.
Did they steal it from Wendy's?
I've already told the story wrong. I've already ruined it. I've already told the story wrong.
But we don't know how you ruined it.
And
They wheeled out a taco
Take
bar.
two.
Like they wheeled out a taco bar.
They wheeled out a taco bar. It had like lettuce, it had sour cream, it had all this stuff. They had a taco bar. And I
happened
went
to
over there.
potatoes? But you said potatoes for the first time. What happened to the potatoes?
So
This is
I'm
fine.
on the fucking
This
meat
looks like to be
diet.
Joel. Sorry, go ahead.
What did you put on your potato? Did you start with sour cream?
No, I mean, had it been anything, so I go with it. But you know what? I'm on the fucking meat diet. And so it's like, you know what? I am just going to get a fucking motherfucking bowl of fucking ground beef. I do not give a fuck. I am on the fucking meat diet. I fucking get a ground bowl, and they are. I had just talked to them, and they were looking. They watched me. They were watching me unload this giant bowl of just ground beef into a bowl, and I'm thinking to myself, oh well, they're vegetarians. They probably think I'm like an asshole or whatever. But it's like, you know what? Fuck them. I'm on the meat diet. I'm gonna fucking eat meat. I don't care. So I keep unloading this ground beef, and I get a fucking big heaping tablespoon of ground beef. I put it in my mouth. It's bacon bits.
Oh, gross! Like real bacon or the bacon bits?
It's fucking synthetic.
Bacon
fake
bits.
fucking bacon bits. I have a giant fucking bowl. I have a fucking giant fucking bowl of fucking bacon bits, and everybody saw me fucking walk over there and make a giant fucking bowl of bacon bits. Lucy Liu and Portia Rossi saw me stand at the table with the bacon bits and kept thinking and looking at me weird. And now I've got bacon bits in my mouth, and now I have to make a fucking choice. Now you have to make a fucking decision.
Bacon.
Where it's like, am I just gonna fucking eat these? I fucking ate those fucking bacon bits.
You did not.
You had the whole bowl
I
of
would have done the same thing. You're in a socially awkward situation. You got to stick with it.
You gotta stick with it. And that would have been a funny
Full
story
eject,
had
man.
I not blown it with the potato bar at the top. And then he called me out on my potato bar.
How does that feel?
He ruined the story. Yeah, but you guys
does that
never
feel?
tell good
Completely
stories.
busted up.
So I have to go in there and try and help
Great.
you.
Make
Best
sure you,
part of my day
Make
was
sure you
fucking
lower
up
the
that
gain
story.
on input number 4. It gets you a little hot.
Gain equals funny. Gain equals. That's what you're always trying to do. You're trying to turn down the funny.
Wow.
Comedy
Bacon
bacon.
bits are literally the only thing on the internet that I cannot find nutritional information
Do they
for.
still exist?
Yeah, it's basically if salt could grow a scab. That's what those things are
That's
like.
my hair. My hair is a byproduct of the fucking bowl of bacon bits I had to eat.
Bacon bits, please.
Bacon bits.
They're made by Betty Crocker.
Legally, you cannot call them bacon.
Have you ever found a food that has more than 100% of the food in it?
What?
Well,
What the fuck are you saying?
so there's a.
Found a
meta
food
food.
that has more than 100% of the food.
Well,
you?
Did you have pepperami? Is that a thing?
Pepperoni?
What?
Pepperami. It's like a brand. It's like
Pepperoni.
squashed. I know what pepperoni is.
I don't know what pepperoni is.
No, we don't have pepperami.
Pepperami.
It sounds like a dog treat.
It's like squashed pork, hard sausage that you just like you bite off.
Like a
beef
Slim
jerky?
Jim.
I don't know what Slim Jim is. Maybe, but
It sounds like a Slim Jim.
I looked
Sounds
at
like a Slim Jim.
I looked at the thing and it said 108% pork. How do you have more pork than a pig? in
That
a
sounds
thing?
like a marketing line.
No, it's tiny on the back.
All right, fuck it. We're looking this up.
I believe him. I believe you. I believe
So
you.
is that, does that mean?
Pepperami?
Like I was thinking, you can't have more than 100% of anything, right? But does it mean there's more pork per square inch than a pig? Is that what it's saying?
Is that it?
Am I gonna die?
Oh my God!
Yeah, there
you
you
might
go.
have died that day.
Yeah, I knew something had gone wrong.
I was just curious if you ate 5 ounces of those bacon bits, you had 1,020% of your daily sodium intake in one meal.
What's the lethal amount of sodium?
I don't know. There are 140 milligrams of sodium.
It's funny because into the-
6% per gram. Per gram. I think that's more than 100% of sodium per. I mean,
it's like that Star Trek episode with the creature that like sucks the salt out of people.
It's literally.
I went to the bathroom 27 times that day.
And I'm gonna estimate that you ate what, maybe 5 ounces? That's a fair estimate, right? How many grams are in 5 ounces?
I'm so disappointed in myself. That would have been really funny.
This is the exact thing that I was saying.
you know.
That's what you were saying.
There's the answer.
What is it?
Because the food's pasteurized for food safety, and because it's dried, it loses some mass. So they have to use 27 grams of meat for every 25 grams of sausage. So it's 108.
Wait,
I believe
Percent.
you, Gavin. I was on the ground floor with
the
you.
fuck up.
I was your one supporter.
Oh,
when
Yahoo
you were
Answers
down.
says it's true. It's got to be true.
I was your
That's
one
true.
supporter. I was the only one that was here for you in your time of need. I was
Thanks,
the only one
Catbug.
at ground level.
I still don't understand that though. I did. You said the answer. I didn't get it.
It's
So-
bullshit. You can't have more than the thing that you're holding. You can't.
So it's a yes.
Oh,
Exactly
no,
what I
no,
said.
no. What, I guess they take a product
They just dehydrate it.
and they dehydrate it, and then they
But how are you getting-
reevaluate based on the
The original
previous-
weight.
This is
Let me put it this way. If you take a 5 pound apple.
No,
and you dehydrate it, and it
this is
becomes
how
2
we-
pounds.
This is how we do the.
It's a 2 pound apple now. It's not a 5
This
pound
is
apple.
how we
Think of
do
it
the
this way.
budget of the United States
Right.
of America. This is how we do the budget of the United States of
If you
America.
take
It's the same thing.
a 1 pound grape and dehydrate it to a
raisin.
4 ounce raisin, it's still just a 4 ounce raisin.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but we put it on the
100%
label.
grape.
Yeah.
But they put it on the label.
Yeah, it's
like-
100%. Yeah.
Everything you have, like this beer, it adds up to 100%.
Right. You're not listening to us. They're not telling you about the product they have. They're telling you about the problem. The
You
product
need,
they
you
started
need like a
with.
public defendant. You need like a lawyer with you.
Just to sit next
I'm
to
with
me.
you.
Let me give you a better
I
example.
support you, Gavin.
Let me give you a better
I
example.
appreciate it.
I support you.
If you
appreciate
take rice, right? Let's go the other way. If you take rice, you take a cup of rice, you put it in the rice cooker, put water in with it, and you make 8 cups of cooked rice. It's not 20% rice. It's still 100% rice. But you started with something that was a smaller amount and prepared it in a way that made it bigger or smaller.
He understands. You understand
It's
that.
stupid. You have to
yeah,
understand.
no,
that.
yeah.
He understands it, but still,
You don't. You really don't.
no.
It's rice.
Right.
It's rice.
It's still rice. It's not.
It's all rice. It's 100% rice.
Yeah, there you
but
go.
you started with a lesser amount to make it.
But
Just
it's-
like with your thing, they started with more to make
But
it.
why is it all of a sudden about
They dehydrated
weight?
it. They dehydrated it. They didn't. They're doing a stupid marketing thing, and it works on you because you're bad at math.
It's marketing.
All right.
Absolutely.
Will,
Fair play.
You should never get a loan.
after you read that on the label, did you buy more of it?
No,
they're
because you had
delicious.
108%. Why do you need any more?
He can invest some of it.
Yeah, he's got 8% to give away to the fat cats.
I can do a bailout for the beef industry.
I got pork. I invested in pork bellies.
He started a 401b. He's all set for life now.
So is that a Slim Jim?
Very similar product, yeah.
Yeah, Slim Jim is just like
I imagine it's just awful and
Yeah.
so
snouts
good.
and
No, it's
eyes.
so,
You
it's
know
so
what?
good.
I mean,
Are they
Slim
sponsoring
Jim-
the podcast?
in all
Not
honesty,
terrible.
Slim Jims should be incorporated into more things, like during their Game of Thrones thing, right?
Yeah.
That should be something that's like you should make some sort of like
Man.
chili.
Do we have time
and
to talk
just-
about Game of Thrones?
Dude, I don't want to spoil Game of Thrones, but Florgan Heckengard or whatever his name was.
Schmorgan Heckengard.
Don't spoil it.
Awesome.
Don't spoil it.
It's too soon, right? It's too soon.
Way too soon.
It's way too soon.
Dude,
So
it was
listen,
quality.
apparently, did we say that we were going to have a Game of Thrones spoiler cast?
I think we did while I was drunk.
You know what sucks
Ah,
for you?
yeah.
I mean, we're happy you're here and everything, but if you were still over there, you'd probably be working on Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Probably.
I'd
It's
probably
like
be
that's their
Ireland.
entire economy at this point.
Yeah.
That's Europe's entire
They
economy.
didn't shoot any of it in the UK, though. Oh, in Northern Ireland, I guess.
Yeah.
Is Northern Ireland part of the UK?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I don't understand.
You know, I mean,
The
United
UK is-
Kingdom, what are they uniting? I guess they're uniting Ireland
Scotland,
and Great
Ireland.
Great Britain and Northern Ireland combined.
United.
All right.
But
You know, my
I
favorite.
think-
I guess my favorite thing from Joel's waiter era thing is actually this is really cool. You
And
should go-
also, never a waiter in real life ever.
oh yeah, you're the only. Listen, Joel went out to L.A.
The passion story I told you?
Yeah.
I was a waiter.
What does that mean?
The part I played was a waiter on Passion.
Yeah, you told us that when you told the story.
Yeah, we wore the
Puffy
neckerchief.
pirate shirt neckerchief.
Right.
I've seen that.
How you
don't know
doing,
I've seen
Burnie?
that.
Nice to meet you.
You told us that, and I
So-
asked if that picture was in your image gallery, and you said no, and I said it would be in mine.
I don't remember that podcast.
It was like 30 minutes
Did you
ago.
replay?
It was. We've had 110% of a podcast in 100% space.
Can we charge more for that? Can we
There's a
charge
movie.
more?
There's a movie called Simone or Sim One.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of it. And I absolutely love it because Joel went out to L.A. and Joel's literally the only person I know who went out to L.A. to be an actor. He never had another job. He was an actor for 10 years, not 10 years, but like 8 years in L.A. That's
For
what
the
he did.
first 6 months, I worked at a day. For the first 6
Oh,
months.
you worked an IT job.
I did. It was horrible.
Yeah.
But that's amazing.
It really is. It really can't take away from that.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
You were a
Thank you
working
very
actor.
much.
You were working. You're the only person I know.
When you spend no money though whatsoever, it's easier to do.
It is true. You are.
You still did it. You still needed
frugal
housing
person.
and food.
That
That is amazing.
But so this is my favorite thing. Is like I just went and saw this movie because I heard Joel was in it. It is a scene with Al Pacino's the star of the movie. It's Al Pacino in a scene at the beginning of the movie arguing with Winona Ryder, and they're arguing back and forth. And Joel is the only other person in the scene. He's standing right between them, looking back and forth at Winona Ryder and Al Pacino, back and forth. And then they both turn and yell at him, and then he goes running off. Sorry, my phone's going crazy over here. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Was that a Star Trek ringtone?
Yeah, that's whenever Matt tweets me, it does the Star Trek tricorder.
What do I get? Probably fucking stock sound.
It goes. It's the Price is Right. You lost sound.
So Joel, you've been on a lot of sets. been a lot of stuff.
Only as waiters.
How many relatively famous people have you had full-blown sexual intercourse with?
Men and women.
Joel always said he would have been a more successful actor if you were gay. He says that quite often.
You know, the thing is that if you're someone who is attracted, if you're a male and you're someone who's attracted to your own sex, that is the greatest. Not you. That is the greatest. I mean, the thing is, if I were only attracted to males, that's it. I would have been Keanu Reeves times 10. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, you saved it.
I mean,
Times 10.
I don't know. Life would have been easier,
Okay, so people want a Game of Thrones spoiler cast. So we're going to have to do it
but
sometime.
not now.
Should we do it mid-season? Should we do it Should we do it before the finale of this season? That's like 4 weeks away, 5 weeks away.
Should we do like a Talking Dead style where we talk about it like while it's airing or after it airs? Like an hour after?
I don't know. What do we do for Walking? Oh, do it Talking Dead
Yeah.
style, the Chris Hardwick show.
Like right after it airs. Yeah.
That might not be a bad idea, I mean, we could do that.
But why don't we let them?
Oh, but then we have to like fucking do it on Sunday and
Yeah. At like 10 p.m. Central Time.
maybe next day. Monday. Hey, the next day's a Monday.
Yes.
Boy, this
Yeah, I
should-
didn't interrupt
This
you. I
should
just
not be that
pointed
hard
at
to figure
you.
out. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We're terrible at figuring
The
things out.
one
Here's the
time
deal.
I don't interrupt you. The one time I use a emotional, and then you just.
I didn't get you. It's the first time. I didn't know what you were doing. I was wondering if your voice stopped working.
Listen, we should probably explain something here real quick. It's not a hard formula to figure out. At Rooster Teeth, we base our shows on basically two things: is whatever the hell we want to make that we think we'd have fun doing. There's no shows that we make that we don't want to make. There's no one telling us to make shows. And the other thing is, like, if they're popular, there's some things we've made that we like, but that nobody watched, so we just stopped making them. Like, a lot of times people get confused by that. They're like, hey, what happened to this show? Or where'd this go? It's like, nobody fucking watched it.
Yeah.
And they're like, we'll bring it back. It's like, no, because you won't watch it then either. It's just like, it's a very simple metric. And the thing about the spoiler casts are, obviously, we like talking about Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones, but there's way less people that listen to our podcast on a regular basis and also are avid viewers of Game of Thrones. It's a smaller subset.
And
it's a smaller subset.
And
subset
they're
of a
also
subset.
in
Yeah.
a position in that show where they can listen to it.
Exactly. They might be a season behind or something like
so
that.
then there's an even smaller subset of that.
Yeah, so it's like it's just like we never know. Like we could do it. It's like, well, 1,000 people watch this.
I feel like the best way to approach it typically is to do it as an addendum to like a regular podcast, where people who aren't caught up don't have to listen to it,
Yeah.
and they don't lose anything. And people who want it and are caught up, they get
Yeah, I
like, a
guess as long
bonus
as it
for
doesn't
them.
eat into the time of
Right.
the original
Plus, we could
podcast.
just make shit up, and then there
like
would be-
Smorgan Heckendorn.
Heckengard. Get it right.
Smorgan Heckengard.
Yeah. Smorgan.
Is it Smorgan or Schmorgan?
We say Smorgan.
You text it to me and you put in all the weird foreign characters like O's with lines horizontally
and the
diagonal through
umlaut
them.
over the A.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll send you the official spelling of
Umlaut.
Smorgan.
We should get an IMDb profile for him.
Smorgan Heckengard.
Smorgan Heckengard.
Yeah, that was
One of the waiters that Joel played was called Smorgan Heckengard.
Listen, that episode of Game of Thrones last night, no spoilers or anything like that, that was one of the best episodes of Game of Thrones ever. And nothing really, like, there wasn't like a war or anything taking place.
Right, not a huge battle.
It was
just-
saved by two things: breasts, blood.
Yeah, there was.
If only there was a show. Never mind.
Yeah. When you get that N at the beginning of the show,
Yeah,
and you
you-
get the N for nudity, you're like,
I knew we were set when I saw it.
Here
I'm
we
like, yeah.
and they also had the chick that I consider to be one of the hottest people on that show, which is Rose, the lead prostitute, essentially.
The one who came from Winterfell.
Do you think she's who do you think is the hottest girl in Game of Thrones?
Everyone says Daenerys Targaryen.
No.
I think the current, well, I don't want to give any spoilers here. The woman who is the head of the Stag House, the Renly chick, I think she's the hottest
She's
one. I keep saying
actually
chick,
she's
by the
not
way.
from the Baratheon house. She was Renly's wife.
Renly's wife, right?
Oh no.
No,
I think she's-
100% he is correct.
Yeah.
I think it's close. I think she's in. I think there's a three-way tie. I think her, red-haired daughter,
Uh-huh.
and Targaryen girl.
And listen, just for the ladies, that Smorgan Heckengard guy,
He's
clearly
very
the best looking
clearly
person on that show.
attractive.
What redhead daughter? Sansa?
I don't know her name. The Stark.
Yeah,
Ned
Sansa.
Stark.
Nah, she's not hot.
You know what though?
think she's-
Gavin and I saw a photo of them, those two together in real life, and the chick who plays Sansa was actually
it was like a
better looking.
It was a flip.
It was a flip. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think she's young.
What is her
enough to-
name? What is her name? The one who? What's the name of the character?
Her name's Mark.
You know who?
The actress's name?
Ashley will know.
The character name.
Who?
The one who was married to Renly.
It was
Marjorie.
Marjorie or something.
Yeah.
Is that her name, Marjorie? Also, it is so hard to know the names of all the characters in Game of
Tyrell.
Thrones because there's a billion of them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The queen of the Lannisters. The older one who's just like Joffrey's mother.
The queen.
Joffrey, Cersei.
Cersei? Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely hot. Completely hot.
Yeah.
What I don't get is why every woman I know likes Jon Snow.
Dude, he's dreamy. Have you seen his little beard?
Yeah, but he's a big fucking crybaby all the time. He's like, oh, boo, I'm, like walkers. And
What?
And speaking of
White Walkers.
yeah, look, there he is trying.
All right, well, that's a bad example.
He looks like someone that should be in the Museum of
he
Natural
does look like
Science.
someone.
Someone
Yeah.
makes a good point. Egret is the hottest. She's
hell's
pretty
that?
hot too.
The girl who's dating him.
Right.
Yeah, she's
Oh, that's
she's,
her name?
she's very
Yeah.
attractive.
By
yeah.
far the hottest.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
she's-
So those guys in the control room,
Her and
you,
Marjorie.
you said something and they brought up a picture of the person.
That highlighted the exact.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Hey, Gus, you can't get a photo of that guy where he's not like this.
But he's a bastard. His fake mother
smiled.
prayed
Get the fuck over it.
for him
smiled
to
once.
die.
When he gave Arya the sword, needle, he smiled then.
Did he?
Yeah.
By the way, child actors are always a risk. That actress is hitting an awkward age.
Yeah.
Like-
well, at the beginning of this season, in episode 1, they showed Sansa sitting on the dock. I was like, holy shit, she got taller.
Yeah.
Like she had a huge.
What's the name of the kid?
Growth spurt.
The boy.
Bran?
Yeah.
Bran?
He looks weird now.
Yeah, he's like.
His nose expanded and now he's
got like a bit of like some
dirt
peach
stash.
fuzz. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just never know.
It's
You never
funny
know.
too because
He's
you
like,
think about kid actors and the biggest risk. I would have to think Harry Potter, and they all turned out like exactly what you'd think you'd want them to look
Well,
like.
the thing
as
with
a
Harry
character.
Potter also, it's like this was over the course of several years. The story. I feel like Game of Thrones, like things happen in a much more compressed time frame, and the child actors are growing beyond
Yeah.
that speed.
Classic example of that is Walt from Lost.
Yes.
That was supposed to take place the whole story over what, 9 months?
Yeah.
I think. And it was 6 years. And like they were like, well, we got to get rid of this kid because we hired a
Something's gonna
kid,
happen
and
with-
now he's a 8-foot tall dude.
Yeah. Something's gonna happen with
giant. He got huge.
Yeah.
Same thing's gonna happen with the Breaking Bad kid, probably, right?
What, the teenage kid?
Yeah.
Nah,
He's like
fine.
He's like 20.
Who, the Walt Jr.?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you think
No,
it
he was
I guess-
already in his mid-20s when they started.
Was he?
Nah, he's not mid-20s.
Yeah.
Nah, he was like 19, 18.
No, the
19.
character is 19, but the dude is.
Yeah,
is
the
mid-twenties.
actor.
No, he isn't.
Oh, really? Okay. Fair enough.
Well, regardless, if you're 19, you're not growing anymore.
Yeah.
Your
Well,
growth
that's-
Yeah,
What's
it's pretty
behind
safe
you?
bet at that point.
I guess so.
The classic example I think of that now is Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah.
Who, like, looks entirely different.
No one's gonna know who you're talking about, right?
Haley Joel Osment's the kid from Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
And AI. And now he
have
looks
we
like.
have we gotten past that now? I don't know.
Oh, what does that mean?
What?
It
dead?
seems like Sixth Sense was a long time ago.
You know, I gotta say this though, is that I think there's always like this classic thing of like, what is the spoiler? Like that everyone references as
Oh.
being the spoiler thing. For a long time, it was Sixth Sense. Before that, it was Empire Strikes Back.
There was Usual Suspects was.
I'm
Usual
sure,
Suspects
I'm sure
was
there
a good
was
one.
something between Empire Strikes
I'm
Back
sure
and
there was
Sixth
too.
Sense,
I'm
yeah.
sure there was too.
Yeah.
But like, there's always something, and I think Game of Thrones might have one of those now. Like, there's something that happens in season 1 that's very, very spoilerish. That like everyone is like tempted to like
Yeah.
spring on people.
Yeah.
That's the one people go for. I think Miles had that spoiled for him.
Have we figured
happens.
out? Can we go on Reddit or can we have a wiki or some shit where we can figure out a a determined set of time where it's going to be okay to talk about?
I say it's like typically once you can talk about the season past once a new season starts.
I agree.
I'd say that about the episode.
Or it's about to start.
Yes.
You should be getting caught up.
yeah.
I mean, but for
So, I
some
mean-
shows now, that could be a year and a half, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's annoying is people like you and Ashley who read the books and then you watch the show with them and they're like, oh,
Well, see, here's the
you
deal.
guys, that's the most annoying.
I don't ever want to get in the books further than I am in the TV show. Mm-hmm. So I'm very slowly going through book 1. I'm getting close to being done with book 1, honestly, and I'm going to have to get book 2 on Audible here pretty soon.
You know what surprisingly? I mean, there's a lot of books written within this genre, right?
Yeah.
How are there not more, like, how is Showtime and other, how is this whole genre not in production?
Well,
at this
Starz
point?
has Spartacus, who was a sponsor of the podcast
Yeah?
a couple months ago.
I mean, it seems like.
they made a Rome show.
Yeah, Rome was on for a while.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, the genre's there.
Yeah, I mean, it
God.
seems like a no-brainer.
Somebody posted a photo on Reddit that. Did you ever watch Deadwood on HBO?
Yeah, watch a couple episodes.
You know the dude, Ron Swanson from.
Parks and Rec?
He was on Deadwood, and he did a full frontal nudity scene. That
Really?
was disturbing to see screen grabs from that.
Let me look this
I
up.
have to.
I have a new iPhone wallpaper coming up.
Did he have a weird penis?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what a weird penis is.
Well,
I mean, exactly.
Did you ever see,
Dude, oh, they're all weird.
Did you ever see Daniel Radcliffe's penis when he was messing with those horses or whatever he was doing?
No.
When he was messing with those horses?
No, he was-
He was in Equus, I know. But he still classifies it as messing with those horses.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
He was
He
in
had
the
his
stage
tackle
production of
out.
Equus.
Yeah.
And on, okay.
Yeah, it's just like wizard cock.
What does that mean? What,
Did he have a
cast
tattoo of a
spells?
lightning bolt on it?
Was he really
Did it have a
naked?
gem
Yeah.
embedded in the end of it?
Did he have one?
A gem embedded in the end.
Was it his +2 staff of boning?
It was gnarled and curved.
It was his walking stick. Okay, how far can we milk this?
I'm actually, look, I don't know.
I'm derailed.
I'm about to go and look up on my fucking Google image search Daniel Radcliffe penis, and it's gonna be with me forever. Daniel
Do a little
Radcliffe.
zoom in on it and show it to the camera.
Why is alcohol one of his top searches? I'm always fascinated by
It's
what.
probably spiraling into a...
You know, when I type in Daniel Radcliffe P, what do you think it autofills as the first search for P?
Piss.
Periodic table.
What?
I don't understand. I now have to look at that.
You could probably recite the
Apparently he
period.
did. He was on something where he was, singing the periodic table. All right, not as exciting as
No.
All right, get to the penis.
All right, I'll look it up. I don't like Google autocomplete stuff like penis. I noticed that Siri would not allow me to call her a cunt to you. She kept replacing the word. So, which I guess makes sense. You would never want speech to automatically assume that,
Yeah.
because that would come up a lot, I assume.
So we're going to wrap up here pretty soon. I'm giving you the warning now so you can get the remaining topics out of the way. Even though that never works. Like, I tell him we're going to wrap up soon.
Well, that's your mistake.
And then, he waits, and then I go, okay, we're really going to wrap up, and that's when he hits me with the
Also,
stuff.
there's a
know-
problem with interrupting people.
You know how you could wrap it up? Just say it's over and then unplug your mic and walk off.
No, they're right. Then people would continue without me.
I don't see what I don't even know what I'm looking at here.
It's a penis. It
Yeah.
switches between your legs.
I don't.
Do you think you have a good penis?
I'm happy with it.
No complaints.
Man, I got no complaints about it.
Let's have a little
It's
gander.
a dick. What do you mean you're confused about what you're seeing? It's a dick flopping around with some balls. And it looks like he trimmed. He's got like a little triangle going on.
Is it a GIF? It's not flopping around.
Well, there's fucking multiple pictures.
Ugh. It's like, it's red.
It doesn't do anything for you?
Gavin, at what point would you see a photo of a naked dude and go, all right, that's a good photo?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Like, a penis is an incredibly unattractive object.
Gavin, we discussed this many times. It's unbelievable that just flipping like one chromosome, the difference between men and women. It's just amazing the difference.
I honestly feel sorry for any woman
I
who's
don't
ever had to
understand
deal
it.
with any part of me.
I don't understand it. I don't know how they deal with it. I really don't. It's a horror story. Look at Gus over there.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
All of this?
Yeah.
But I bet
Someone attached themselves to this.
Permanently.
Permanently.
gagging for it.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm fucking the bomb. So
You're fucking the bomb? That sounds pretty dangerous.
That wasn't worth a laugh in the control room, by the way. I just want to point that out.
So, like, you talk about like how a chromosome can switch the difference between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things, maybe, am I the only one who's fascinated by how the Olympic Committee determines gender? Like, what happens
yeah,
there?
that is sort of interesting.
What does
right? 'Cause
that
there was
mean?
Because
one
there are
female
people who have
athlete.
Yeah, who are abnormal and have multiple chromosomes. Like you could have an XXY or an XXX. And like, how do you classify? So an XXY chromosome, I believe, would appear to be a woman, but really has a Y chromosome like a man. Like, how do you classify these people in traditional?
Why do they have to?
For like Olympic sports?
Just tell them pick one.
Right, but genetically they may have advantages as a result. Like if you have the Y chromosome, do you have increased testosterone production? As a result, do you have increased muscle mass? Like, are you at an unfair advantage?
How's that unfair? They were born
Does
that way.
Gavin? No.
No.
Let me answer that question
If
for
they're
you.
born that way, how can it be an unfair advantage? They didn't
they're-
modify themselves.
No,
But
they're
they're-
just
but
they're like
that's how
superpowers.
They don't fit into the traditional XX definition, though.
Then they won.
I mean, the
Then they
Olympic
can win.
Committee probably doesn't take this into account.
Right. Yeah, I don't understand how that process works, or if there's even any thought to that.
Well, it's funny because it's like, if you think of it politically, is what you're saying, is that politically insensitive?
I don't think so.
So okay, so can
It's a
someone have-
genuine question.
It is
someone
a
have a
genuine
womb?
question, but I bet they view it as politically insensitive as well.
I don't think so. I'm trying to raise awareness.
Can someone have a womb and a uterus and a full-on vagina and a penis and testicles?
I have no idea.
If they're lucky.
I'm never have to go out.
Because then I think they should just be able to pick
full
whatever
life.
they want.
Like
You were born with both sets,
so you can choose whichever,
whichever you want.
but you can keep both sets of hardware.
Yeah. I mean, if you're bored, you can have a real fun time.
Can you get yourself?
All right. We're going to be
No, wait. If you can produce sperm
Go ahead.
and eggs
Yep.
I
and
think
fallopian tubes and all that stuff, could you fertilize this? Could you create a clone?
You could have a full English breakfast, Gavin. Is that the question you're asking? Absolutely.
I don't think people can have two fully functioning sets of reproductive
Why?
organs.
Why not?
Surely
know.
there's a mutation where it's happened once.
Maybe it has. I don't know.
Because there are animals that can just shit out clones of themselves.
Yeah,
They
but that's
fertilize
different. They're
themselves.
like asexual reproducing animals. Like
Yeah.
that's the way. That's
it's-
typical for
So
them.
it happens somewhere in nature.
Right, but that's
So
a different
here's the
reproduction
other thing
system.
too. Is speaking of Game of Thrones, not to be spoilerish, incest is like I always had the opinion that if a brother and sister had a baby together, the baby would automatically be deformed, right? That's not true.
No.
It's
There's
not
a
true at
height-
all.
there's a heightened
Really? Why would you?
chance.
You know
I
more
know-
about medical stuff than probably anyone here.
I'm just saying,
surprised.
growing up, I thought, Gavin, did you ever have that opinion that if a brother and sister had a baby together, it would definitely be deformed?
Like you're
No,
gonna have
I
a
knew that it would be possibility, like
Possibility,
a
right,
heightened
yeah.
chance.
Yeah. Just
But-
because you're not getting that genetic variety,
Or
variation.
you're getting an amplification of the recessive genes.
Right.
So it makes them more
But
likely.
when my brother/dad made me, everything was fine. It turned out just great.
Stop it. Stop it.
I give you
Let's talk
one
Let's
point.
talk about the machinima thing
You get one
Oh,
point.
before we sign
yeah,
off for the
I
day.
forgot about that.
Well, we were talking about the Let's Play thing, which was our other big announcement today. Is that we had an announcement today where, as part of the 10th anniversary, we've been doing lots of stuff business-wise, and there was some articles that were run today. We actually put out a cool infographic which shows some of the major stats from Rooster Teeth, which you should check out. It's like some of our bigger stuff. There was one I wanted to put out. I'll actually put out the graphic on Twitter. It's one of my favorite ones, but we couldn't figure out a way to get it into the infographic. It was that in December of 2012, this podcast, when it was a gaming podcast, on iTunes, they had the top 200 spots that were
the
episode
screenshot.
downloads. And the Rooster Teeth podcast occupied 174 of the top 200 spots across all podcasts for all episodes.
That shouldn't be allowed, should it?
It was just like, if you looked at the whole chart, and I glued together like all of them, and
screenshots?
it's just like the icons of Rooster. I thought it was amazing, Gus, because we had 174 spots occupied, but we only had, at the time, 210 podcasts available.
So does that mean
we were batting
older-
like 800 at the time and didn't know it?
yeah.
older
It's one of the reasons why we
episodes?
moved to the comedy thing.
So all the episodes of this podcast were more watched than current episodes of current podcasts.
Yeah, so our back catalog was dominating like the entire landscape of that gaming podcast.
People must have thought we just put out 170 episodes on the same day.
It might have looked like that, but then we would have started like last week because
Yeah.
we only had 210 episodes. So we put together the infographic, and then part of that was all as part of the announcement that for about the last 2 or 3 years on YouTube specifically and exclusively, we were part of Machinima's ad network. We didn't have any kind of Machinima logos on our videos, and we have nothing but good things to say about Machinima, but we're not part of that network anymore. Machinima, they pretty much set the standard for what is called a multi-channel network, an MCN, which is now the big trend on YouTube. But Rooster Teeth has always historically had a very independent approach to the way we run our business. We started in a bedroom with essentially 3 or 4 people and grew from there now to, we're in 2 different buildings and we have about 50 people that work at the company. We're currently completely outgrown in the facilities where we are, and we're looking for a new place. One of the places we looked at just the other day was 35,000 square feet, which is crazy. It's like the size of like a Sam's Club, essentially. But we thought it's a very good time where the environment is. Rooster Teeth, I think, has had a great legacy of adaptation and perseverance. We've always been able to shift with the times and keep up with the trends of what's popular on the internet, especially with online video. And right now is a kind of an amazing period for online video and the way that the business is growing and the industry is just taking off. And we felt like we were in a better position if we were on our own and completely out from under any kind of other network and dealing directly with advertisers and with YouTube specifically. And so we wish everyone at Machinima well. It was a great run, and we said we're going to continue to work with them on different things, but we're very happy to be on our own, and we're looking forward to all the cool stuff we're going to be doing in the future.
Absolutely. It's a huge announcement. Your mic's unplugged.
Oh,
trying
good
to tell
for you.
That's
very interesting, Burnie.
Well, your mic's unplugged, so they can't hear
yeah.
you.
That's hell on the mic. Thank you for rubbing a cushion right into it. Yeah. So big news from Rooster Teeth shortly after our 10th anniversary between Let's Play channel and.
Please absolutely
The
go
cinema
subscribe to the new Let's Play channel. It's
I don't think it's unplugged.
youtube.com/Let's Play. The Achievement Hunter guys already have a slate of 5 episodes a week that are going to be going up on that channel. We're going to be adding some more content as well. If we're going to be doing something new, we want to fully commit to it, so we're going to be adding in new content. The podcast crew will be doing Let's Plays as well. Hopefully some other people from all around the company will be doing more Let's Plays. And the reason for it is that I think that Matt and Jeff felt like with the explosive growth of the Let's Plays in particular, they were going to be more and more shows, and suddenly we were going to have like between 5 and 10 shows a week that were Let's Play shows, and they could potentially choke down the channel. But more importantly, they were popular enough to sustain their own channel, be a little more focused, so that people who really love those shows can get alerts and get subscriptions just to those shows. So hopefully you guys like it and you'll subscribe to the channel. And as always, we appreciate all your support.
Yeah. So thanks. And then, it's already evidence. There's already a ton of people subscribed, so everyone should go subscribe for all the Let's Play stuff. All right. And on that note, we're going to wrap up here. So thanks for watching, everyone. And we'll see you next week. And I promise we'll do a Game of Thrones spoiler cast soon. We'll let you know ahead of time.
And talk to us if you want to see a particular Let's Play from the podcast crew.
Yeah. So feel free to
Gavin,
suggest
you
games,
have,
tweet them at us, or send us an email.
Gavin, you have anything to add to that?
No, I agree. Subscribe to Let's Play.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Rooster Teeth Podcast Fresh Rooster Teeth Podcast Fresh